Epic shout out to Mountain Rain, Judy. She came in last stream that I did and asked for a card. She got the card, which is actually the card, the cover of the deck. And that's what she manifested with it. Hey, Super Dave 44. I started the live stream at 14:44 Eastern Time. That's so cool. You're the first one in. How's everything going, Dave? Super Dave 44. Happy Toes Day. Did you have a good weekend? So much stuff going on right now. Hold the line, hold the line. Be of love, empathy, and compassion. Prayers up for Saskatchewan, Canada in particular, but all of Canada, because what hits the heart of Canada hits us all. And yeah, we ain't used to mass violence here. So it's a super huge marker point for the collective in general, everywhere, but Canada. My biggest prayer and, you know, hope and wish is that people amplify love instead of, you know, the other stuff. This being said, there's a lot of areas being affected by weather and certain things around the world as well, and just, you know, want to put out that raw love vibe. I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want to get, I don't want to go into it too much, and I don't want to change how I feel right now. Two cards came out of the deck. They flew onto the floor. 18, the first one, Intégrité. Intégrité is integrity. I'm going to leave it at that. There's a lot of me that could pop off on what, you know, integrity right now. But, you know, I feel that if you are standing in your own integrity, you feel it and you feel good. You know what I mean? And those that are not in their highest integrity right now, holy shit balls, right? Pray for them, because people are not making the best choices. People are not making the best choices, and I'm just going to leave it at that. The other card that came out, 26, 2 and 6 is 8. Estime de soi, self-esteem, healthy pride. Right? People talk about killing the ego, getting rid of the ego. No, 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 no. You embrace your ego, your everything and every part of you that you are, to have a healthy pride. Right? The ego cannot be killed. It's a part of you. It can only be integrated and used and harnessed for the highest and greatest good of all. I'm going to throw out some cards. We'll see what happens today. We are the 696, 669, 969, whatever you want to flip the numbers around, which equals 2, 21, which equals 3. It's all about the numbers for me, and I'm going to leave that at that too. The soul, butterfly, flower. My French and English tongue is getting all mixed up. Maybe I'll do some French cards today. Butterfly, Jimmy Rankin. Love that song. 28, butterfly, the soul. To experience our full selves, we often need to go through a difficult period of transformation and growth. Trust what you feel. We all have stages to pass through in life, and not all of them are easy. Look ahead to where you wish to be, not to where you have been. Self-trust and the trust of your partners are necessary for positive relationships. Indeed, it's important. And this butterfly card flows well, you know, the blue, first of all, with this butterfly, with the two, you know, words that came up. Right? Estime de soi, self-confidence, and then integrity. Hey, Dawn Morning. Oh my gosh, thanks for coming in, sweetie. Rawr! Welcome, welcome. Let's gonna blue you if you want to share anything, and you can press on anybody who comes in, and then check out other channels. How's everything? Roar. Dawn Morning. Thank you for being here. How's everything going with you? Hey, Eddie. Right on, dude. Roger Biddy. It's so nice having a decent cell signal again. Isn't it nice when, like, you know, you didn't have it and then you do, and it's just like, whoa, this is wow, right? I've been through that in the last few years, right? Where it's like, this is not the best. Well, the whole time I was traveling in 2019, right? I never realized how long it takes to upload a video until you got really bad cell signal. And then it's like, holy shit, it could take all day or you don't even get to upload it, right, Eddie? How's everything? Your birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, sweetie. Oh my gosh. 5th of September. Lily's a 5, January 5th, and we do this thing just for fun where when it's a number that's ours, it's like our birthday too, but it's not, you know what I mean? So yesterday was like Lily's, like, she's like 10 3/4 basically now. Hey, Jansu. How's the update, Jansu? What's happening? How's everything? Are you okay, sweetie? Everything's so in flux right now, Jansu, that it's like a part of me doesn't even have the words for it. The trust and the faith and the, you know, surrendering into it, you know, it is not as yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Hey, way. Hey, way. That way. This way? No, the other way. No, that way, not the other way. Do we know another way? I only know that way. How's it going, dude? Get in the truck. Get in the truck. How's it going that way? One of these. Yeah, I'm not feeling so particularly chatty. I'm going to need some comments to bounce off of. Otherwise, I'll flip a few cards, and then I'm just going to go on my merry way. Merry way. My third name is Mary. Marie. I'll go on my merry way. I've got one drawing that I'm almost done that I want to finish for Skull Asylum, and I'm working on a drawing for Bravery. I usually don't do 2 at a time, but I was almost done the one drawing, and then I saw how I wanted to put the letters of Bravery's drawing, so I was like, I'm gonna start it. So yeah, it's a beautiful day here. I'm not feeling particularly guided or called to be anywhere, but guided to be here. So we'll see what happens. Roger Betty, it's a good, happy day today. Wishing everyone the same for everyone else. Yes, 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 yes. This being said, there's a lot of people going through a lot of freaking hardcore stuff right now. Not here to name names. People want to come in and talk about it, please do. And if you really, if you don't want to come in here and talk about it, you know, my emails and my stuff. You can also find me on Instagram, Michelle Genevieve 7, Genevieve Michelle 7 on Instagram. If you go find anybody of Tribe on Instagram that has me, you can just go find me through their stuff as well. But yeah, reach out if you're feeling like overwhelmed. Reach out. As much as we can do a lot of inner work, sometimes we need a fresh perspective to be able to open our field of perception in order to be able to sometimes just to breathe, right? And sometimes to figure out what's next. Many people have been stripped of their timelines, and you know, things were going a certain way and then stripped, right? So, and I mean really stripped, not just the decorative, like, oh, right, my friend doesn't like me anymore, so I can't go for supper with her. No, complete reality strip. Jobs, housing, blah, right? So, you know, if you don't feel like reaching out to others, maybe feel like holding space for others, right? Anyways, leave it at that. Hey, Emoji King. My way or the highway. I did it my way. Who sang that? Well, everybody sang that and their brother, but I think my favorite version of My Way was Elvis and Frank Sinatra. Jan Sue says, no, I'm not okay. The landlady called the police this morning to kick me out. I'm so stressed and anxious. You're having suicidal thoughts too? You might just go to the hospital. Do you feel like that's where you would want to be? Do you feel like you want to be cared for, Jansu, or put in a position where you wouldn't have control of certain things? I'm going to be really straight up here in Canada. When somebody says they're suicidal, we actually have, I don't know what the word is, but it's like the Good Samaritan things. People who don't report somebody who's suicidal can potentially be in, you know what I mean? Up shit's creek. Why? Because there's so many services available in Canada that to direct somebody or to just simply call, right, and say, you know, somebody needs help. There's really nobody in your reality, honey, that you can like ask to be with right now. And specifically, I can't help but think your ex. Your ex has the 2 kids in the house. Whether you sleep on the floor of a bedroom or, you know, in a corner somewhere just to be safe, to be able to think. For myself, you all that have been around for a while, you know, you've seen how I can be. When I feel cornered, I can't think. I can't breathe, and I need a safe place. And if I can't manifest a safe place, to still be in the place where I don't feel super good, but to have somebody holding space is the only way I've ever gotten through my shit. I never got through it alone, of just like, oh, all of a sudden I'm scared shitless, I'm about to lose like so much things, and it's like I'm gonna figure this out by myself. No, right? If I hadn't had a certain amount of support in the timeline where I was choosing to give my car, you know, and not have a car, right? When you're like up against a wall, kind of carless or homeless, and then the obvious choice with a child is like, boom, goodbye the car, right? But how, you know, it's having safe people who helped anchor me, right? I wouldn't have made it through by myself, and okay, maybe I would have, but so what? It's the solid foundations of having actual people who like cared that helped me through. This being said, I made sure to reach out, right? I didn't hide and say like somebody has to come save me. I told certain people exactly what I was feeling, exactly what was going on, in order to have the exact support that I needed, right, Jansu? Loves you, sweetie. Thanks for being honest about what you're feeling, though. I appreciate that part. A lot of people pussyfoot around saying, "Yeah, everything's fine. I'm really scared, but it's fine." And so, no, saying exactly how it is authenticity, Jansu. I appreciate it. I'm sorry she had to do that with the police and stuff too. Like, I mean, at some point, there's ways to figure things out without putting more pressure. For myself, months ago, like when I gave up the car, I gave up the car, but I owed a lot of money on rent. Right, we're talking a couple $1,000, to the point where the landlord was like, "I can't keep on like believing in you. There's nothing happening." And I says to him, I was like, okay, at this point, I've been dangling with for months with the bullshit of car over my head, and I need time to think without somebody projecting at me that they need money, right? I know you need the rent. I know I'm behind in the rent. And I looked him in the eye and I said, I would prefer that you actually give me an eviction notice like this week. Give it to me, just so that I got this, and then I'll fucking figure it out. Because you asking me how's the money situation going, and oh, I might want to evict you, is not going to help me at all. So we looked each other in the eye. I told him I'm giving the car up. I'm giving up my phone, and I was like, I can't run away and ditch you, and now I'm not gonna have a phone. So if you try to call or text me, I was being honest, forthright. I was saying, if you don't see a car, I'm still living here, and when I can't answer the phone, I'm still here. And he chose the timeline to just. He really realized, like, holy shit, of what I was going through, and that leaving me with the trust of, yeah, I believe in you, but I can't keep doing this. And I understood that. But the fact that he allowed me to tell him exactly the stuff that was going on without drama, without details, but just, the stuff, and then just let it go, made it that letting go of the car made me be able to breathe in a way that I hadn't in so fucking long. And then, because I made the one choice, other things snowballed, like legit snowballed to everything changed, right? Everything changed. The one big choice of the car that I was holding on to by dear life. There's no way I'm going to have no car. I can't be a single mom without a car. I don't want to go do my groceries. I don't want to be around here without a car. I finally let it go, and it brought in what I needed of, stability to be able to be more safer, be like up to date on the rent for real, right? Last month I gave the rent like a week or so ahead of time, and he just kind of looked at me and was like, I told you, remember? I said, remember I told you, right? I hate telling people I told you so, but I was like, remember I told you that I just needed a chance, and that if I finally had a fucking chance and could breathe, that I would get not only paid up, but that I would be fine afterwards, right? I knew it, and I did it. And the feeling of, that was like raw, right? Amazing. But it was, it took a long time, right? Took a while. Pearl, hey, sweetie. Okay, honey. Thanks for asking, Pearl. Everyone, please ask your personal highest power to keep Rick, the narcissist, psychopath, away from me. Yes. Amplify. I wish I was close, or if I was in the States, it would be a whole other timeline, guys, right? Me and my ladies that are not fucking safe, right? It would be a whole other fucking world if I was on the other side of the border, guys. And so I'm not. I'm on this side. So I can't say to somebody, here, come here and be safe with me and Lily, right? I can't. I can only protect you from afar and pray. And I do. I wish for divine intervention. I wish for enough. There are feminine right now, and maybe even masculine, that, you know what? They can't get away because it's like, yeah, they make movies about that shit, right? But people are actually going through it right now. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. I love you, sweetie. Thanks for asking. Amplify. Jansu, they'd keep me for 3 days, I think. Yep, they'd keep you for 3 days, but what is that going to benefit you? If you think that being in the hospital for 3 days can make it that you rest, that you actually feel like you're going to be able to collect your thoughts, and that it could pivot you into another awareness, then you go loco. But really, I mean, I personally, I don't, right? I don't take my own power and hand it to anybody else, especially at a fucking hospital, right? But I don't know what your physical and your emotional, what you're actually, you know what I mean? This being said, there's somebody somewhere in the hospital right now, unless he's out, and he chose to go there, Jam. He chose to go there, okay? And as he was there, things are good. So this could be a potential timeline for you. I cannot know, but I can confirm that there is a masculine who chose to do what you just said, right? So me not knows. I'm just throwing a bunch of stuff out there. Sometimes it's in the stuff that just comes out of me that there can be like some sort of aha for somebody. Bonjour, Creatrix. How's everything going, sweetie? 21, fresh approach. In the title of the stream, 696. I put 21 and then equals 3. Fresh approach. Indeed, the only way through sometimes is by stopping every thought pattern that we have and finding a fresh approach. Moji King, good idea, Genevieve. If possible, that would be nice. Yeah, at some point too, within all these tests and timelines and the flux of what's happening right now for the collective, right, is letting go of pride and asking for help from people that you swore you would never ask that person for help, right? You'd rather a stranger fucking fall from the sky and come and fucking help you than asking the one person that you're being guided to, but you're in resistance, right? So the possibility of that sometimes is there, right? Me cannot know, but me does know that with everything that ever happened to me in the last year and a half, I had to ask for help. I didn't just get the chance to, receive without asking. I had to lay down the pride and allow for support. I had to, right? Anyways, I'm trying to think of just anything else. If anybody's got, right? Flow with me, guys. Pearl Jones, your landlord has to file eviction papers. I pray you to get to a place to be safe soon, and I send angels to comfort you. Yeah, the one thing that's different about Jansu's situation is she was a tenant inside somebody's home. So I don't know about America, but in Canada, tenant law is a whole other level. If somebody's sharing your home, they have a bedroom and you share a bathroom or the kitchen or the living room. As the owner of the home, there's not even a 24-hour notice that you have to give if you feel you are not safe or satisfied or happy in your own home. Right? It's a whole other level than if you're renting a space, somebody's got their own autonomous space. That's other laws. But here in Canada, if somebody's in your house and you don't feel good with that person in your house, you don't have to have a list. You don't have to have anything. Because at some point what happens is you know what I mean? That's to protect. There's a reason, right? For the ultimate protection. And here's the thing. If things aren't working out, you need to go get out of situations. Yes, it will always just amplify, right? It will always just amplify. Soul contracts right now can't be bypassed. If you're in a holding pattern resisting that you don't want to move from here and, I really hate my living situation, but I'm just going to wait and see what happens. Well, guess what? Mark my words, you will be radically stripped of your timelines if you're bypassing and not actually taking the steps forward for what you need to do. Because every single person who's having a timeline stripped from them already knows it was coming. Because if you're living your ultimate purpose and mission, nothing's being stripped from you. Stuff's being added all the time, right? That's it. But otherwise, everything's making us go into where we're meant to be. Jansu, please hold space for me. Yes, honey, always. Jansu specifies that she's in Utah. Dawn, morning, thank you. 9888 is the new 911 for mental health. 9888 in America. If it's the same in Canada, I have no clue. Right? Thank you, Dawn Morning. Because the thought of going into a hospital to have service, why not try a number and have an open heart to speak to, right? Road trip said, leave the negative vibes, run from it, create your own happy, positive vibes in the world that you do so enjoy. Oh, Eddie, honey, I know. And sometimes as a mother or father with, we can't just run the same way as when we're alone, right? Me knows if personally, if I had not had support from my family in my ultimate yucky timelines, I would have been homeless a long time ago, guys, right? When I had to run away because safety was, priority, it's because I had to ask, right? They didn't know that, right? To fuck, especially my last union. Everything's fine, and it wasn't, right? But still, it's a whole other level. That's why, guys, that I sit here year after year after year after year talking about community, tribe, soul family, gathering, uniting, building solid foundations of trust with other people, right? There are certain people who have foundations of trust, but we still can't help somebody to completely be safe because of the violent aspect, guys. As much as everybody wants to think that everything's rosy and you turn away from what's on the news, well, guess what? What's on the news is the domestic violence and the people being hurt physically really bad. That's actually happening. That's not false flags when you see something on the news that, you know, somebody was killed in a domestic violence dispute in their house, right? That's actually fucking happening right now. Because guess what? Even if one person has an open heart, doesn't mean everybody around has that, right? Indeed, Road Trip Betty, I agree with that. Too bad people just can't communicate properly. Yes, sweetie. Exactly. And not only just communicate properly, but guess what? Leave people the fuck alone unless they are of your best, highest timeline and life. Stop fucking holding on to people that are not meant for you. Right? All of it. A masculine that doesn't treat his feminine good, but he doesn't want her to leave, is fucking terrifying. And it's the same for the masculine, right? It's not just about communicating, it's about done, enough. But when there's no place that's safe to harbor or gather anybody, right? That sanctum space that this is, if I had the land and the building, well, it would be in physical reality as well, right? Thank you, Dawn Morning. Specifies 741741. USA tax mental health free. Thanks, sweetie. Appreciate it. Hi, Rob Benjamin. Shadow. Rob Benjamin Shadow. How's your afternoon going? Welcome in. Wolf Dude, Mama Bear, can I have a card if possible? Yes, dude. How's everything for you today? I'm going to catch up with the chat first. I don't want to get myself too distracted with cards. I had already pulled the butterfly, just so you can see, and fresh approach. But I'm just going to keep going just to see where we're at with what's actually going on right now in the chat. Dawn Morning. Been inpatient before. It's not always the best option. So true, Genevieve. Indeed, I'm not one to believe in surrendering complete control of myself just because I don't feel good a little bit, right? Holy shitballs. If anything, you know what I'm saying. This being said, if that's the timeline that's meant, some people, it's the ultimate surrender of, you know, I can't do this anymore. I can't think, and I can't breathe, and I can't fucking do this anymore. So it is a good option. Right? I mean, I know what's best for somebody else. Only your heart space can know, Jansu, right? You did text? Beautiful, Jansu. Just try, eh, sweetie? Just try. Just that you're here sharing at this point, there's 13 people listening. You're not the only one going through what you're going through, Jansu, right? So what you're doing right now, the potential that it's a ripple effect helping somebody else is huge. Everything that happens in these streams, ripple effects for a greater good. That's it, right? So you being honest about how you feel might actually be the catalyst for somebody else to be honest about how they feel as well. So proud of you, Jansu. And the fact that you're sharing it like this, right, means amplifying the miracle. Why can't there be the fucking miracle of all of a sudden you get a text from a friend from high school or a friend from an old job and you never would have thought of that fucking person, and it's like, boom, perfect opportunity for, you know, safe haven just for the time it takes to, right? Why not? Everything's possible. Anything's possible today. The miracle's possible today, Jan. Dawn says, yeah, Jan, it's okay to not be okay sometimes. Exactly. And just being told that compared to like other things is so much more soothing, right, guys? Hey, 1970s Tiger. How's it going? 1970s Tiger. Tiger, the T. I saw a dude with a Mr. T shirt yesterday. And I know Tiger and Mr. T is two completely different things, but I saw the double T's, reminding me of Mr. T, reminding me of the T-shirt, and he was walking by. We were at the like that thing event yesterday that I shared a couple videos of or whatever. He was walking by and I was looking at his t-shirt, not him. And then I looked up at him and he was smiling, so I was like, "Hi." And he said hi, and I was like, "I really like your t-shirt." He's like, "I'm a big fan of Mr. T." And I looked at Lily because he was walking and heading somewhere, and I looked at Lily. He's like, "Yeah, pity fool." It's funny. How's your day going? Dawn says, "Let me know how it goes, Jan." Dawn, thank you. I understand that. I don't remember Canada's numbers. Sorry. I have no clue what Canada's numbers are, to be honest. I don't know them. You know what I mean? Personally, back when I had a family trauma stuff happen, I used a certain helpline, and they helped me to breathe. Because in the moment that the trauma stuff was happening, I was like, and being able to talk to a perfect stranger who had zero attachments, zero judgment, wasn't gonna start telling me everything they gotta do like my, everybody else. Because once I opened the door to telling my family what was going on, holy shitballs! Thank God I had laid a solid foundation with a stranger who spoke a certain way. Because family ain't like that, right? Dawn Morning says hashtag Sick Not Weak is a great mental health resource in Canada. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. Reason Ace. Yes, honey. I know. I don't know how. I don't know frickin' when. I thought it was going to be way faster than this. I was just texting Kirsten earlier. She's showing me her sunflowers and is like, mine didn't even grow on this land. It don't matter if I put them with love. And I was like, I don't want to be here. I won't be here by the end of the summer. I'm going to have sunflowers, only beautiful sunflowers for whoever else. And it was like, they didn't even grow. And I can see myself last year saying, next year I'll have my garden, my land. And then the year before, I can see myself saying to Kirsten, next year I'll have the garden and the land and the safe place. And now I'm saying this year. So, hey, yeah, ye shall have the land and the building and the soul tribe soon. Thank you, Reason Ace. Amplify with me, please. I'm going to be really honest. Thanks for writing that out, Reason Ace, because I believe in it and the imprinting of it. And one of the things that I was thinking of lately is like how people don't realize that their thoughts are things, and how people are used to things being a certain way. So it's like people like me up here doing this way, because if I was doing something else and something else happened, right? So can we get the encouragement, the thinking, like we want Genevieve to pivot into her other timeline, because it is for the greater good for the all. It's not about, I was talking to Judy last night. We were just texting a little bit, and it's like, the whole twin flame thing and divine union. And do people think wanting a twin flame is like, oh, I want my divine other so we can have a house and a fucking dog and a fence? Like, no, it's about fucking a purpose and a mission and being united for the greater good of the all, right? And the same with Soul Tribe. It's not just about, high five, you're my brother, you're my sister. It's about creating things to anchor the collective. You know what I mean? Whoosh, the ripple effect. Hey, Blue the Curve Oscillation Cusper. How's everything going, sweetie? Yeah, Dawn, the butterfly effect. Your husband's calling you? Okay, sorry. He was calling to ask about dinner ideas? Dinner ideas, and as in you, what you're going to make, or does he need to bring stuff type of thing? And I love it. Tiger. Good one, Reason Ace. I put it in watch later. That's awesome. Me loves those chicken calls of, let's figure this out. Happy Tuesday, Blue. How did your weekend go? How's everything? What's the energy like, Michigan, today? Prayers up for just certain land masses right now, going through certain transitioning and certain, stuff. Especially, sections of Arizona. There's still people within Arizona without power after a major outage in the last 48 hours. I'm not aware what's going on, like update Jackson, Mississippi wise. If and when Trace B comes in, we'll ask her what's going on. for a little bit of an update. I'm choosing not to go into the news sources to look for what's actually, you know what I mean? I'm waiting for people in the areas to tell me instead. Yes, Reason 8. It's all about the mission, baby. It is. Not saying that the other parts won't be amazing, but hey, yeah, it is. It's mission based. It's purpose based. Blue, if I could have stopped my twin from jumping in, I would have. But he saw that. He went back in time, which is ahead where we were, and he jumped ahead of me. I think I know what you mean by that. I'm not quite sure. I do know that the things coming through right now is a king knows his queen. The queen shouldn't have to be making certain efforts of certain things. The king knows his queen. Ramble On has started back in my reality. I swear, I'm 51 and a half years old, and Ramble On has been haunting me my whole fucking life. So may it be some sort of, some. It's like I said at the end of May, I was in like a pit of like, what the fuck? I thought I was the May Queen in 2022. So let's see if I'm the fall, harvest queen this time, because holy shit balls. Reason Ace, dinner ideas, beans on toast. On toast? I dip my toast in my beans. I don't put it on the toast. Seriously. I dip. I'm a dipper. And then I guess I'll throw a few beans on, but yeah. Blue. I'm putting together the stuff I'd like to send to you, Lily, Trace, and Crystal. Energetically, I'm getting the whistle messages coming in. Weather's beautiful and perfect as always. Whistle as well. The train whistle was there when I made my video with the robin and the blackbird this morning. Not sure you can actually identify that it's a blackbird because he was hidden in the shadows of the fire pit. But the train whistle as well, when I was having an interaction with Annie, the train was whistling and stuff. Boom, Road Trip Eddie, Ramble On. I was listening to that this morning, Led Zeppelin. Yeah, personally, I've made sure to not listen to it since last year, because last year was like, well, here we fucking go again. Another fucking, winter. And so, yeah, it came up in my reality last night, and I almost fell over because it was like I wasn't expecting it. Emoji King, I had baked apples and tomatoes with chicken breasts and chicken breasts. So you had like double breasts? Like, I think you wrote chicken breast twice. Right, Emoji King? So you had the pair of breasts? I can't help myself. You had the pair? Blue says reason he's gonna go with spaghetti because the youngest will be home tonight. Roar. Love it. You just uploaded a vid? Right on. I'll check for it soon. I've been on for 41 minutes. I think I'm gonna need to move around and take a break. What kind of vid did you upload? I'm too curious. Now you said that and there's no comments. I'm curious. Curious George. You named it Give a Little. Wow. That goes with one of those. Did you watch my fire video? Give a little. Pinocchio. Yeah, I don't want to play it during my stream just because everything's going well with the streams. I don't want to take a chance for like the major fucking, you know what I mean? I say that, but if I'm meant to be taking 7 days off, I'll take them off. But I don't want to have to take them off because I did something with right? I'm really good to be under the radar right now. So I don't want to put myself like over it. Yeah, I love spaghetti. I just made, macaroni. And then I cooked up some ground beef with green pepper and onion. And then I just seasoned it with soy sauce. Just something simple. I was going to make like a tomato base, but I just felt salty. Blue, I just made a quick one, G, an oldie. And I caught your fire picture though. Yeah, you saw, right? You saw my dude like checking me out, checking us out in that picture, last night? Let's go get it. Let's go get it, guys. Holy shit. I looked at that piece of wood and I was like, oh my gosh. Thank you so much for being here, Dawn Morning. Off to drive. See y'all later. Thanks for being here. You see how the serendipity of you being here and you being able to post up those numbers, right? Everything happens for a reason. Thanks for listening to your instinct and being here today, because I would have never thought for that stuff, right? I would have never thought of that. Thank you so much. Glad to see you too, honey. And happy birthday yesterday, everybody. It's Dawn Morning's birthday yesterday. Okay, I stopped babbling to look at my screen, but what was I looking for? What was I gonna look for, guys? Oh, my picture from last night. Like, what was he doing? Yeah, this one. Oh, actually, I'll go get the original just because it'll be easier to see. Like, seriously, I looked into the fire and I was seeing this. I was gonna make a video, but there's three of us around the fire, and I don't necessarily have consent of the third person, nor even want to ask for it. For, do you mind if your voice is in my vids? Sometimes I just put it anyways, but last night, just the timings of when I took pictures or wanted to take vids, they were in a flow yapping, right? And so I just took the picture, but that it was just, oh my gosh, you can even see Saturn in that pic. For me, like right here, you see the face, right? The nose, the mouth, the closed eyes. The closed eyes that are looking, anyways. I don't know if that makes sense, but. Blue says, I see all of them, G. They're my family. I'm going to go in the bedroom. I got to take a quick pic and see. It's not going to work really fast. Because I got to lay in my bed and see the angle exactly the same way, because going in my room and looking is not the same, but just, yeah, I'm going to take a picture later if I can remember, Blue, and I might not be able to capture it, but if you see what I see with my stuff hanging in my room. Hey, Annie D, there you are, sweetie. How's your afternoon going? Blue says, yeah, I still haven't been hit with it, but I don't know if it will later. It's a Disney old song, but it's still no whammies. Yeah, Skull Asylum has been doing old cartoon streams and then putting music in between and stuff. And it's cool. One of the things some of the little cartoons, like they're really old too, and it's like, oh my god, if life was this simple. Like yesterday there was a cartoon where, the princess is in, she's in this castle and she doesn't want to be there, she's got to marry this fucker, and a prince fucking lands right in her bedroom, right? He don't even just fucking lands in her bedroom, and then boom, within 3 minutes they're gone. The fucking prince landed in her bedroom and then they took off. I was like, wee, this is so simple. Oh my gosh, why is everybody complicating everything so much, right? Why is everybody complicating everything? Watch these fucking cartoons. It takes 3 fucking minutes. That's how simple love is. It takes 3 fucking minutes. Oh my god. Yep, butterfly. You might go live tonight, Dawn Morning. Right on. upper mid-right. Just as our eyelids see daylight when they're closed, we see with our eyes closed. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Always. I don't actually have real curtains. I have like it's white. It's white and it's like an old well, not old, but it's like a beautiful duvet cover that I got gifted, but I don't have a duvet thingamajig for inside, so I used it as a curtain. And I can't open or close my curtains where I am. I'm right off the right off the street, and with four, an apartment building with four different, sets of apartments that see right into my window. So it's white and it has like roses, like light pinky roses. You say, is it a light blue curtain or yellow? Why are the curtain colors changing? Why? Because this isn't my real habitat. So this is where I am. This is what I got on as a curtain. This is not my true north. So what you might be seeing in your mind's eye would be either past things that I loved or future things that are coming into my reality. Right? Cuz this just, this is what it is, but it's not. I don't know if that makes sense, but okay, I'm going to take a quick break. I need to move around. I know I haven't been on for the full hour, but hey, that's how she blows. I need to move around. And usually when I'm being called like this, there's something outside I got to see, whether it's the clouds or, something. So it won't be too long. I just need to stop. Stop validating and just do it, Jen.
He just came right toward me. Yeah.
He wants to be validated.
He wants to be petted.
Yeah, I can.
Not just food.
No, he wants to be petted because he's just like.
Look at that.
That's okay. Get it all off him and I'll vacuum after. Or if it's a clump, you just put it in the garbage, right? Song remains the same. Wolf dude, are you still here, dude? I'm gonna pull you a card, maybe even a couple. Well, I'm gonna pull the next cards and with the intent of Wolf dude, but whoever else it resonates with. I'm gonna do a 3-card pull right now. I cannot make this shit up. Can you guys hear the cat? He must be too far away. Ha! Can you guys hear the cat? Can you guys hear the cat? And that's the card I had in my hand. I can't make this shit up. So first card up, I just did a 3-card pull. Show them all really quick, and then I'll go into them. First card up was a snow leopard. I started the live stream with a snow leopard, specifically shared Mountain Rains video at the beginning of the live stream. It's also in the community posts. This card came up last stream. Go check out Mountain Rains' beautiful video. So I just did a 3-card pull. First one was a snow leopard. Second one is the dragon emergence, coming out of the egg. And the third one is the cat. Double feline energy. And as I pulled the cat, I was saying, can you guys hear the cat purring? Because the cat went directly to Lily and he wants attention. May I show you guys Lily? Can I show you guys how cute you are? You're so cute. Can I close up to you like that?
No.
Oh, she's so cute. No, don't show the kid. Let me see you. The clump of hairy beast. Yeah, keep putting just in that one spot and then just grab it. Okay, that's enough for the house. Too cute. My two cuties. Hey, super conscious explorers. Thanks for coming in, sweetie. So nice to see you earlier. And it's like, it sounds so weird sometimes saying that, eh? It was so nice to see you in Corey's live stream earlier, but I do see you, right? I feel you. So it's like, I do see you. How's your day? Blue, there's more to all these Sons of Seasons, and if you find one in me, please see you're free. Aw. Hold strong, G, I'm here. Yes, Mia's holding super strong. Mia's good, we're good. By the way, I'm sending a special ring for you, copper braid and quartz. You know what, Blue? I don't wear rings often. I saw a ring on someone the other day, and I said, inside of me said, there's a ring coming. I'm not even joking. This being said, Blue, I didn't even wear my wedding ring or my engagement ring. They hurt my fingers. They were never meant to be on me. I was with my partner for 11 years. We were together for 2.5, maybe 3 before we got married. I can't remember. So 9 years I had it, and it didn't fit right. It hurt. It was wrong. It wasn't mine. It wasn't meant to be mine. I always kept them, and after we separated, I kept them with the intention, my engagement ring and my wedding ring, which were super cheap. I remember telling my fiance that if he bought me a ring that was actually worth money, I was gonna fucking kill him. Maybe not kill him, but like he, one of the things we had talked about is like what I wanted or expected as a wife, and it's like the simplest thing ever, right? If he would have came with a big jewel, it would have been like gross to me. But they were small, they were delicate, they were just very, you know what I mean? I think he paid a couple $100 at Walmart, not even. I don't know, right? I don't care. That's what I wanted. But I had saved them forever for Amy, and given him, he kept his. I don't know if he ever gave it to my son, but my daughter asked for them specifically when she was 16, I think. She's like, Mom, I'm ready. I know I'm going to take care of them, and I'll cherish them, I promise.
She still has them,
And she wears the one ring all the time and the others around her neck, or she'll put one on each hand. So they were meant for her, right? My daughter she turned 22 on the 22nd of August, and she still, since she was a child, she was 3 or 4 when we separated, And ever since she was old enough to recognize spirit and energy and frequency, she always said, I don't even know how you stayed with, I don't even know how you, first of all, you even looked at him to want to be with him because he's not like you, you're not like him. And I was like, that's the thing. We were meant to be together for the 11 years.
Didn't you guys separate when she was 11?
No.
Or not 11, 8.
No, Sam was 8.
Oh.
Anyways, right? I don't even remember what I was
Sorry.
saying. It's okay. I forget what I was saying. Whatever. Blue, he knows his job. Beautiful boy looks my Jacks. They could be twins. Annie, cats are the best. Yes, they are. I love dogs, but I'm more of a cat person because
I'm a dog person.
Lily's a dog person. Yes, she needs a dog in her life. But I've always, no matter if we didn't have a dog in the last years, I prefer Lily to be old enough to actually be the caregiver for the dog, and that the dog will know this is really, like, Lily's really the master, not me. You know what I mean? Because I'm a natural cat person. I don't know how to train a dog. I'm not a dog whisperer. Like, I'm not, right? So, hey, Natural Born Rebel, I see you down there. And if there's anybody else down there that's come in while I've been yapping, I'm going to catch up. I just did a 3-card pull, so I don't want to get too far ahead of the fact I pulled 3 cards. So the first one is 15, Snow Leopard, the Watcher. Take the high road. Don't sink on to the level of lower vibrations. Observe situations before acting. Ethics is the #1 concern. It is best to not continually draw attention to yourself just for the sake of filling your ego. A little mystery is a good thing. Indeed. Indeed. And I'm going to shout out Witchy Vibes 11 video that she put out yesterday about false light workers. It's not a judgmental video. It's just the cold, hard fucking facts. There's a lot of people dangling cards, a lot of people giving themselves the label of, you know, healer, light worker, blah, blah, blah. A lot of, like, fuck, people are calling themselves Jesus and Thoth and whatever they choose to call themselves. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're an embodiment that actually serves for a greater good, to actually really be, you know what I mean? Serving for, again, the greater good. This does not mean that people are bad or that they have ill intentions. It just means that, you know what I mean? Just trust your discernment, right? Trust your discernment. Dragon, emergence. Sometimes as spiritual beings, we find our human experience on earth can be quite tough. Listen to the wisdom of emergence as he says. It's time to reflect. You need to take stock of what's of value and what's important to you. Contemplation and quietness are required. Your experiences might be vexing. It's unwise to dwell on them, but you can learn from them. Understand those you need to remember and let others go. From this place, a new vibrant you can emerge. But first, you got to allow yourself time to reflect. You go within that inner place of peace and you bring forth that which you wish to be. This dragon appears when we need to take a good long look at ourselves and how we live, what we do, and more harshly, our behaviors. None of the dragons are a pushover. They demand we take stock of ourselves, stop kidding ourselves, and are openly honest. Grit and determination are the order of the day when this powerful dragon finds his way into your cards. Remember, you are safe with me. Your fears are nothing but paper tigers and filaments of your imagination. Allow me to guide you as you find your balance and carve a new path. I want to specify that somebody's fears isn't actually a paper dragon and it's not a figment of their imagination. You're actually being kicked out of your house. You actually have somebody who's threatening you, or, you know, whatever the circumstance says. This being said, none of that is real if you don't focus and attention on it and get out of it, right? And the third card, I'm not going to read the book of this. 13, card 13, 1 in 3 is 4, cat spirit, claim your independence. Exactly. Claim it. It's already yours. We're already healed. we're never going to be just all perfect. One day wake up and then there's never going to be anything going on. So consider yourself healed, whole, and worthy, and just get her done. Super Conscious Explorers, right? I feel ya. I was happy to see in Corey's live. Trying to get back into the workflow. My fingers do not want to type, but feeling really good. Right on. Yeah, I saw you and Amber at the same time, and it was like, wee! Ah! I love it. Ah. How's everything, Natural Born Rebel? Rar, good. Blue says, it's not a perfect ring. You'll see what I mean when you see it, but it's perfect in energy. And I'm actually sending it 3. Whoa. Okay. Not sure what you mean by tinfoil. Natural Born Rebel. Hey, Sunmo. How's everything? Oh my gosh, been a while, Crocodile. How's everything? Hey, Michelle. Came by to hugs to you, family. All in chat too. See you soon. Blue, 1 for you, 1 for Baby Bear, and 1 to hold on for someone special. Specific instructions from your higher self. Yep. When you said 3, it was like boom, boom, and boop. Me no no, but me will know. Natural Born Rebel. I'm a dog person. Bark, bark.
Bark, bark,
Bark, bark.
bark, bark.
Blue, I love and have respect for all animals, even the icky serpent, but cats are part of me and I'm a part of them. I understand them on a level that I can't explain because humanity does not understand. Yeah. Exactly. I completely grasp what you say. And Super Conscious Explorer says, I'm a dog person, but warming up to cats. Roar. That's awesome. Natural Born Rebel. Damn cats. They get up on the counter after being in the litter and the tiny hair and tripping ya. But I love them. Can't complain because if I did, what good would it do? I love it. My cat, our cat is not a counter dude. I've only busted him on the counter 2 or 3 times. Well, in my other apartment, the way the window was, and I've never had let cats go on my counters before, but in my other apartment, because the way the window was, I actually did. I let him, telling Lily and Amy when she would come up to do something, and me that us that had to just wipe down the counter. The apartment sucked balls for him having, any type of view except for there. And the cat that we got was used to being outside in the country, and I don't want him outside in the city. City cat is a whole other level. Once we're out of here, and he'll be back to being outside. But how it is here, I can't. Everything inside of me says it's even if he's another year inside, whatever. If we're living on a divine detour, this isn't where my body wants to be either, and I want to be outside doing things that I can't do in this neighborhood. So it's like we're just sucking it up till it's next place, right? But everything's guiding me to keep him safe. That outside here is not recommended. Blue says, maybe the cat's telling you to be more diligent in cleaning. Mine don't get up there unless they use their areas I made. They use their areas I made for them. Natural Born says, no, I don't have cats, just saying, and I'm a pretty clean guy. Just a dog person. Yeah. I find that cats, depending, you know what I mean? They either do or they don't. Or, like I said, I busted Bo once here, and it was so strange. It was like, what are you even doing there? And he was like, I'm not quite sure. I just kind of wanted to hang out. I was like, are you good? And I never saw him there again. Blue, cats are more like humans. They tend to remember. I find dogs offer love no matter what, and both are beautiful creatures. For cats, they are independent, right? Our cat, We can leave him 3 days with up to even more if we chose with fresh water. You know what I mean? He's got water. I put different sources of water for him and food, and he's fine, right? Whereas a dog, you can't do that the same way. And you know what I mean? A dog, it's just not the same. I'm not a dog. I know my strengths and my weaknesses. I'm not one to train or even to be able, like, if a dog is trained and that's how they are, then we're awesome. But if a dog is trained and he wants to fuck around, then he knows I'm the weakest link. They know, right? They know I'm the weakest link. Because I just don't have that stuff inside of me. I don't know. Super Conscious Explorer says, I like that, Rebel. It's good to vent once in a while, but complaining is actually pointless. Indeed. Yeah. Blue says, yeah, NBR. Mine learned from playing on their towers and their areas to climb as opposed to using MySpace. Rar, where's Heidi? 13. Cat. No knows. We'll see, eh? It's funny, but the dog card, when I picked up the deck earlier, I saw it. It was the bottom of the deck. Blue says, NBR, I use a plate or a towel to make a sandwich on, but I get your point. Mine know the food is prepped there. Theirs included, so they respect the space. Oh, you meant tinfoil ring. Good one. And Blue says, no, I don't make tinfoil rings. No way, dude. Me so happy for you. You rode horses on a weekend? What was the name of the horse you were riding? Do you remember? That's so cool. I miss horse energy. I ain't seen a horse since like last year. Well, except in videos and stuff. Blue says, yes, a lapis lazuli ring for baby bear. And the spare has aquamarine matching the copper braid to yours. Blue says, mine prefer the bathroom counter windowsills as opposed to counters. Plus, we have window boxes in all the windows for them. So they even have their own sofa chairs, etc. This is their home too. Yeah, Super Conscious Explorers. That's awesome. You got to ride a horse this weekend, Rebel. Horses are so magical. I haven't rode one since I was 6 or 7. I love horse energy. Yeah, my last touching a horse was in 2019, beginning of 2020. And my last ride, I believe it was 2015 or 16. I'm trying to see if I don't know if I only have a few pictures of me as a kid, and one of them is me on a horse. But I don't remember. I know it's right here in front of me somewhere, but I'm not quite sure where. I'm not quite sure where, but it's right here. Yeah, I only have a few pictures of me as, you know, in my life. I got rid of them all. But, that's me. That's me, and I want to call it my horse, but it was my dad's, but mine too. The horse name is Sandre, Sandre, Sandre. So half Andre, but with sand. Sandre. That's me when me was little. I forget what year it is. It's still written on the back, but pretty faded. 75, so it means I was 3 years old. Me was 3, and can you see that little shit-kicking attitude? Do you think I was 3 and scared to be on that fucking horse? Or, like, get me on the horse. Let's go.
Let me see.
Cocky little hand on the hip, eh?
I thought it was going to be a Rottinger.
No. Yeah, when my parents said we were leaving Quebec, I was 6 years old, and the 2 dogs, the cats, and the horse just all got left behind, and me was not impressed. There's one photo I would ask my sister if I felt like talking to her. Could I have that photo, or just give me a photocopy? It's my family, So my mom, my hippie mom with her long hair, my dad with his long hair, my little sister, and she's so cute, and me here, and we're in front of the brown Bronco with the orange stripe, and everybody's got a shit-eating grin because we are leaving and we're heading out west, suckers, and my face is like this. I was so fucking pissed. I can see 6-year-old me. I can still see her thinking, like, I can see 6-year-old me right now saying, like, we should have fucking stayed here with grandma. We should have fucking stayed. We should have fucking, like, fucking threw a fit. And it was like, well, we tried. We did throw a fit. We couldn't stay. And it was like, yeah, we did. We did. We fucking tried really hard. But yeah. Yeah, horses are awesome. I love their souls as well. Whoa, nice. Rebel and Brute. Rawr, Brute. Brute. Rawr. Remember that smell? Brute 44, was it? In the green bottle with the little, like, silvery stuff on it? Rawr, rawr. We loved that. Shannon said that shit still exists. She's seen it. I was like, I'd never seen Brute since, like... Oh my gosh, they are freaking beautiful. Oh my gosh. May I show them? Oh my gosh. I've never seen such a thing. Not even joking. I've never seen that. Look at how Blue works. Oh my gosh, Blue, you're so amazing. Thank you, sweetie. Oh my gosh. That's beautiful, Blue. Super conscious explorers. Training a dog is hard. I'm working on our 3-month-old puppy, and she's so smart, which actually makes it harder. Roar. I love that you said that. She's so smart, and so it makes it harder. Yeah, for real, because she's just like, oh, I know I can. Woo. I love it. Natural Born says they have beautiful souls, and Rebel was honorary. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Henri. I don't know how to, if I said it right. One of the horses oh, nice. The Palominos. Isn't it Palomino the name? But yeah, that's the kind of, so you were like, kind of like this, right? Mountain Rain sent this to me years ago. And I was like, holy shit, because she sent me this. And then this is my dude from when I was little, right? Yeah. They have my heart space the most, Natural Born Rebel, because that was the first, horse. And I say first horse is the only horse that we ever had, like, in our life path a certain way. When I was 19, 20, 21, my parents had a restaurant in the middle of the woods, a maple sugar bush, that was operated year-round, and there was horses there. They call them painted. Right on. Annie, to have a pet horse, every kid's dream. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Natural Born says, I want a care package. You're so cute. Me want a care package too. I love it. Mountain Rain, look what happened. Look what happened. It came out again. I started the stream with it because I was just putting it away. And then I played your song at the beginning of the stream. And then this was the third or fourth card out. Came back up again today. Mountain Rain. I swear, honey, can't make this up, eh? And double feline, because the cat came out just after. And as the cat was coming out, I was saying something about Lily and the cat or something. And I had the cat card in my hand. Double feline energy. You have your sunstone, Wolf Dude? Mountain Rain, sending big hugs to my soul family. Big hugs back, sweetie. I love you. Does it still exist in Canada, Wolf Dude? I say this as if I'm like a connoisseur of going down a men's aisle of, products. I don't even go down the women's aisles of products. So of course, Brute could still exist everywhere and I would have no fucking clue. Right? I don't go down those aisles. Right? I don't go down those aisles. I really only go down wherever I'm meant to go. This is what I'm grabbing and I'm out of here. I mean, it's not a shopper. Right? I could live in the middle of nowhere and have stuff delivered, or go out once or twice a year to go well, yeah, I'd be fine. Annie, a horse stepped on my foot once. No wonder I'm flat-footed. Just left a bruise. I tried to push him off. He also went under a tree to knock me off his back. Oh my gosh. I can't remember certain things about certain timelines. Like, I have no details of certain timelines to remember. It's still you wear it still? Natural Born Rebel. It smells good. I wear it once in a while. I freaking love it. I used to bathe in it. I'm not even joking. When I was in high school, it was my favorite scent for a dude. I never really, you know what I mean? I would take a bath and put some for me just so I could smell like it because I loved it so much. What? Other stuff on the table? Oh my gosh. Oh, baby girl. Yeah, there's my dude. You see the pendulum? Thank you. Not the great pad and the pliers, though. I don't have a pad right now, but I got pliers everywhere. I think I might no, they're all put away for once. Yes, I got pliers everywhere. You're funny. I love you. Yeah, gorgeous rings, eh? Blue, also not pictures, is the pendulum for Lily, the incense, the set of runes. Angie, an old video of Angie, Witch Moon 7-3 popped up the other day of her runes. And as I was watching the video, inside of me was like, someday you're going to have your own. And I was like, really? Evil Eye Talisman. Intention candles. Thank you. Mountain Rain. I can't believe you can. Well, I can't believe. Of course I do. I was just. Were you here when I was holding the stuff up? You know what I mean? Busted. Mountain Rain. I've always known if I get my horses, they will be the painted ponies. Yeah, that's my dream too. Well, now we know that, bunk up and get the horses together, baby. Right? Right? Yeah, for me too. And painted. I remember it being called that. It's just not something that's common that I've used. That's amazing. Thank you. You said you don't have many crystals, G, so I made you chakra disc set with crystals in them. I call them oscillation discs. Whoa. Thank you. John Benny. How's everything? How did the trip to the States go? Hey, beautiful soul, sending all my love from Scotland. Back at you. A lot of special Scotland things coming up for me. Thanks a lot for coming in, Natural Born Rebel. Peace, y'all. I just stopped in to say hello and give a thumbs up. And bring the horse energy, dude. Seriously, thanks for talking about that. Psh, love it. John, sending love to all the beautiful souls. Every soul is beautiful. Boom. Thanks, John. Yes, exactly. It's for everyone. Even if you don't think you are, and even if you think others aren't. It's for everyone, John. I love it. Thank you. Blue, yes it does. Does riding a spirit horse count as enjoying riding horses? Yes, it does. You too, super conscious explorers. I'ma get my shit and get out of a store ASAP kind of a girl too. Yup, the only times you'll see me lollygagging is, well, lately, because we only get out for groceries once every couple weeks, right? I don't have a car. I gotta use the taxi, so, you know, we gotta stock up. You know what I mean? Earlier, I was thinking, I'm paying the same amount of food for me and Lily and a cat. He's not what takes up the most, but we're three. So an adult, a grown girl, and a full-grown cat. I'm paying the same amount of groceries as I was the year that I left my ex. We had 2 teenagers, a toddler, a grown man who was working, you know, labor, and a mom, and a full-grown big dog. It costs me the same right now to stock up for me, Lily, and the cat than it did years ago for the whole fucking family. That's how much food prices have fucking changed in Canada. To the point where I was realizing too is that years ago the portions were bigger, so it was a full pound of bacon, it was a full 500 grams of cheese, where now it's like 370 something grams or whatever. It's not the full pound anymore, so there was more. I was realizing to what point, you know, I hold back from certain things, or just one, you know, and you know what I mean, from 2015, 16, or 2022, and you know what I mean, how much. But yeah, so sometimes I'll lollygag. I try to go at times when I know there's not going to be anybody, or when I'm guided and my instinct says just go down, it's time. And so sometimes I'll have to reroute, because I'm not super good at making the list, and even if I do, I don't remember to put everything on it, and even if I make a list, I usually forget it here. So sometimes I'll have to like backtrack, or I'll tell Lily I'd rather go slow so that I'm looking and then grabbing what I know we need by not rushing. But what I notice, it'll take less time for me to do the actual, you know, whatever I need to get, than the interaction at the counter, right? So my interactions at the counter are, you know, eye contact and whatever I can manifest of the best conversation for whoever is in proximity, and us and everything. And so the lollygagging could be at the counter too, where because I have the conversation in the flow, the employees like not rushing as much either, right? We have interactions. But yeah, I can be in out of a store to the point where like, this, I need this, that's it, right? I don't like to shop at all, and I prefer, somebody had once suggested to get groceries delivered. First of all, that's a big fee. But even if it wasn't, I like to choose my things still for the quality that we can have around here. If I tell somebody to buy me a certain product and I wouldn't have paid for it myself, right? So that kind of, for us here in Canada, you know, strawberries can be like, you know, $3 or $4 for a quart or whatever, you know, a little basket, a little whatever. But they'll be like $7, $8, $9, $10 sometimes. So you know what I mean, like, but yeah. Anyways, Blue, all of it, G. I told hubby I need a bigger box. Doesn't all fit, and G needs to know love. And the tools too, the energy, the fact that it's all energy. First of all, it's all things you've made. It's all things that you have touched, but it's all tools and the amplification of like that safe feeling for me and Lily, right? Mountain rain, cats are the big thing right now, it seems. Big sinks. Yep. Hey, Stony Faith. How's everything? Happy Tuesday, sweetie. Did you have a good weekend? Blue, these things are for you to enjoy, to love, and embrace all your magical self. Blue, and I'm going to send you a set that's similar to mine. It's large, so you don't need the eyeglasses. No, I haven't. I didn't take the time. I forgot, to be honest. I forgot. I'll go back and check that. Did you go see the vid of the deck? I'm waiting on to send to you. Nope, I forgot. I think that would have been around at the end of the last live stream, which I was, charging the batteries and, getting supper ready and all that. I never thought to go back. Mountain Rain, I wear Old Spice deodorant. I'm behind in the stream. Whee! It happens to me all the time. Sometimes I'll be listening to Ali Reed and I'll be like, why is she repeating the same thing? She just, I'm behind, right? It's just, yeah. Oh well. Roar. John Binney, my trip was amazing, thanks. I healed my shadow self there in Virginia. Yep. I got shivers because at first you were supposed to go to Toronto. When you got rerouted and you said Arlington, Virginia, my body, my shiver reaction was like this. Yeah. Blue says, gee, I may send a box inside a box. A little one for baby bear because it's fun to open a box. If I can make that happen, I will, love. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Blue. Blue. I rode a white horse out of Hades, and I've seen it in my attic space. John Binney, you were gone. Just saved a big spider from my daughter's room. Right on. Thank you for doing that. Blue says, I love hearing that, John. I can't say shadow work enough. Thank you for sharing. Yup. Yeah, and you know what I love about John is that, it's a constant. There's always more, right? Whereas some, like, a little bit like with Gabby Witchy Vibes, like she said in her video yesterday about false light. It's not to be mean and it's not judging, but, false light will say everything's fine, I'm healed, nothing's wrong, everything's perfect. I'm already there. And it's like, okay, how come all of us are like, just because I, have a certain gift and a certain this, doesn't mean I'm still there. I loved that when she said in that video, she's like, I still have fears. I still have fear of spiders. I still have fears of illness. And it's like, yeah, it's not about not having none at all. It's about facing them, knowing that they're there, trying as best as we can to completely eliminate or, I'm not going to kill spiders, right? But that doesn't mean I want them on me and we're going to party all together, right? So the elimination of my fear of spiders doesn't bring to me a paradigm where we're all fucking dancing hand in hand and I'm like stuck in their webs and you know what I mean? Like there's still a boundary. So how like the real light doesn't perpetuate itself, label itself as perfect. It just, we are what we are and everybody's at the same place. It's like we fluctuate here, there, everywhere. And that's the way it's, I don't know. John says, Blue, I love that. I was doing my shadow homework. Really, Stony Faith? All my ink on me are butterflies. Roar. I got 5 dragonflies. Cool. Yeah, I have 5 dragonflies on me. And the super conscious explorer says, my list is efficient. In order of what I grab first, then I go around the quickest way. I don't do grocery delivery. They can't pick out good produce ever. Boom. Thanks for validating what that feeling of like, would it even be worth it? And it will be if there's a reason. But exactly. I don't like doing it, but when I go do it, I do enjoy it. So meaning I don't like going shopping for groceries, but when I go, me and Lily are ready to go, right? She has to consent that she wants to go too, right? I'm not just swinging her and saying, let's go. Like there's times in the last months where she's like, no, not today. And I'm like, well, are you sure? Because you're the one that's not going to have any choices in a couple hours of something different to eat than whatever's left. And she'll be like, no. And it's like, okay. And then we go the next day, and there's always a reason. We have some sinks. We got whatever it is the next day. There's always a reason. Baby Bear was like, no, not today. Like she consents as well. You know what I mean? Like it's the two of us. Two of us are energy amplified going out. We gotta enjoy it, right? That's it. It's important. Yeah, and I used to be like that. And to be honest, it's really just because I am not so good at thinking of certain things certain ways anymore. But I used to do exactly what you said, where it was like in sections, highlighted even. And then, for all the different sections that I knew in specific stores or whatever it was. But I know how to be super efficient, just doesn't mean that I'm practice it all the time. This being said, I might not super love going to do groceries, but it's our only fucking true, activity or outing that we have in our real life. So, so cool going out for coffee is like seeing my best friends. Meanwhile, half of them don't even know my name, but that's the biggest outing we get, right? Blue says, just when we think we got them all, John, it slips out of the cracks. Pokemon shadows, we will get them. John says, I've been doing loads of darkness clearing and entity removals for people this week. Started with 2 people who had dragon snake attachments from previous relationships. Blue says, yes, G, all the magic items, and I'm glad you remembered. Be careful when you open that box. It's going to be full of energy. I can't help it these days. Yeah. Indeed, I feel as well what's going to happen, Blue, is that it'll come full circle at the exact moment where the energy is going to be like needed. I'll be ready for it, and it'll be like especially with the knowing, like you said, for me to go check that vid. Like if I don't confirm to you that I checked it at some point, just ask me, right? Because now I'm streaming. I know I want to go watch it, but if I forget it, if I don't confirm to you, like Blue, I've checked it out, then remind me if you want to, because the more that I can prepare for the certain things, because it's completely whole other element, right? But and the same way, like the divine timing of when it comes in, the same way, like the other day, I wanted to order and I did it. I fucking did it, right? I ordered it. The symbols, I decided to get 2 tongue drums, go cheaper, go smaller, one for me and Lily. If she chooses she never wants us to touch it, then it'll be a regift. We'll figure that out. But I decided that instead of getting myself 1, I'd rather get us 2. She says she doesn't want to try it. If she really doesn't when it's here, then it's going to be meant for somebody else. But I know the feeling of like if I got the 1 and then, right? So the treat of the 2, and then the little finger symbols and the tuning forks. And I had ordered them. I did it. I ordered it. Right? $150. Wasn't even so much. With tax, delivered, Canadian. And then I pressed on it. After I pressed on it, I was like so happy and proud of myself. And then I went outside and I realized, holy fuck, I forgot to pay the internet. I came back in to cancel the order. The order was already canceled. My new debit card with certain numbers on it hasn't been put into my Amazon, so the order canceled itself. I paid the internet right away because you know, and then it's like poof. So again, why did the timeline of me deciding we need tools, we need sound now, and then pff, gone? But then again, Blue, and anybody else listening, I don't mean to, you know what I mean? I'm not one on one talking to Blue, just in general, because we're talking about tools and magic and energy. And then again, I wasn't 100% sure that the one, is it going to be something else that I'm meant to order? Is somebody going to suggest something? Or is an ad going to come up and something else be on sale? Or, is somebody going to say, like, it's really not worth to get 2 small ones, Jen? Like, get 1 big one, share it, and then get another one. Like, I don't know. I don't know anything about this. But I know that we need new, right? We are so stagnant of so much that we're not bouncing off each other and inspired, right? Blue says, perfect, John. And I just typed your name and remembered I have a future son-in-law to call and say happy birthday. Cool beans. Happy birthday, future son-in-law named, I assume, John. I assume it's John, or it's so close to John that you remembered I gotta call him. Yes, you did. Yep. Blue, gee, didn't I send you a vid of the red rainbow when I did an activation for being well on vacation? Yes. Wasn't the being wearing a blue shirt? If I remember correctly? Blue says, John, it was amazing. I also activated a vortex, old native burial area up in the Keweenaw Peninsula of Upper Michigan. I know. Boom. John, thank you. I got shivers. John says, whoa, Blue. That's so synced with what I did in Virginia last week. I healed the land where I used to bury the negative entities. John said, I'll be right back. I'm going to go meditate with my son. A full cup refill, love. Yeah. Oh my God. Blue, you see what happens when I talk out loud and why? It's not a fucking tongue drum I'm meant to have. It's not. How could I even, like, I got shivers everywhere. It's not a tongue drum I'm meant to have. That's not me. It might be me for fun. It might be me in the future. That's not the sound I need. Thanks, Blue. I knew there was a reason for all that. Wow. It's like I'm having a vision of Blue says, oh gee, I have to send you a pic of the drum I got. It has Coco Pelli, the Native American flute playing for Tilly God with feathers. I almost got the tum-tums and saw everything on me and was drawn to it. As a shaman G, use the best to activate others once the instruction comes to you. Yeah, that's the thing. It's a hide. It's a hide that I'm meant to have. Right? I'm not sure if, like, I know, like, my craft, my supply, I gotta breathe. Supplies for the Soul, it's a shop that I found in January 1st, 2016, 15, January 1st, 2015. We went to the reserve for gas, and then we decided to just drive around randomly, and then all of a sudden there's a sign on the side of the road that says Supplies for the Soul, and then everything for just indigenous beadwork and stuff and blah blah blah. And I was like, holy fuck. It was a house that was half a shop, half a house. I opened the door and I walked in there, and the girl was coming out of the house part, and I looked at her as like, I've been dreaming of this place since forever. I didn't think it was real. And I was like, will you help me? I was like, I started beading last year. I have no idea how to bead. I can't listen to tutorials because they make me nervous. I can't listen to them. And I would have questions to ask you. I said I started beading, and I don't know, I didn't know what to grab as a material. So I started beading on cork to make things such as, this is like the backing, but to make something that was like this big. And she looked at me and she's like, what do you mean you started beading on cork? I was like, well, I couldn't really figure out what material. I had no felt. I felt that the material, like the cotton or the stuff that I had, would move. And so, the little cork that's so thin from Dollarama that you can craft with, I said I used that as a backing. And she's like, how did it go? I was like, it was really hard because the cork's got little pieces, and then but the actual product, the top is beautiful. And then I just started asking her a bunch of questions, and she directed me to the correct backing, taught me the difference between, certain backings. She taught me what certain needles were even for. She taught me the numbers of beads. I didn't even understand that, the bigger the bead, the smaller the bead, the higher the number. The bigger the bead, the lower the number. So like a 13 bead is like fucking tiny, while this would be a number 1 or number 2, right? It's super huge. She taught me like so much within like, I don't know, 20 minutes. And I was looking at her like she was an angel. She's like, nobody's ever really looked at me or been so excited before. And I was like, I've self-taught myself everything. Because when I try to listen to tutorials, it doesn't matter if I turn the sound off and I just look. Like, it just, I learn so different from other people. I'm the kind of person where I'm either going to sit there and watch you do something, that I can't watch a video of somebody do something. The kind of person, if I ask 2 questions, I'll understand everything. But if somebody's talking in a video to explain something, I can't understand a word they say. And I said, I can't do a peyote stitch. I can't do the stitches the way that when they say, but then when I just let myself go of what I want to flow, it just comes out, right? It just comes out of me. Anyways, long story short, they graduated to, instead of their home, they're on the side of the highway and with a big shop. And yeah, they have all the materials for making my own drum, because it ain't the tongue drum. It's a different sound I need. His name is John, also. Patrick. The blue shirt dude. Blue says, keep your composure, girl. Compose to write music, a song. Blue says, mine's a hide, and I have a horn cup and a horn pipe, and I have 2 sets of deer horns as well that I use. I like to clack them like a drum. Blue says, the best way to learn is to teach. People can watch me and learn, but I'm not a good teacher or a trainer. I have no patience to explain things, or you can look at me all day long and learn. And you can ask questions, but to train somebody, I've trained lots of people in kitchens. And when I bought my restaurant, Blue, after we turned over an employee or two, one of my, faithful employees that stayed, forever almost, she says to me, she's like, baby, I got to talk to you. And I was like, okay. She's like, can you sit down? Okay. She's like, okay, I got to talk to you, and you can't get mad at me, and don't get upset with me. I looked at her, I was like, okay, already I'm like half upset, and I'm trying not to be mad, and I don't even know why. I was like, what do you want to say to me? Like, what the fuck's going on? Like, spouse, right? What's going on? And she's like, baby, if you train another person, we probably won't be able to find an employee. You really suck at training. Could I do it? And I was like, what? She's like, you actually scare people sometimes because you're so, like, you just roll your eyeballs because you assume everybody knows how to do everything or where everything is, but they don't. They just got here. It's their second day. They have no fucking clue where anything is. They're scared shitless. It's not you that's scaring them. It's just the fact they want to be good for you, but they don't know what they're doing because they don't know where anything is. And you know where everything is, and you're so busy knowing what you got to do that you don't have the delicacy that it takes to train somebody. And I was like, you're right. Thank you. Will you do it? For real? I have zero fucking patience to go through and, like, I can show stuff, but I'm the one who has to order. I'm the one who has to make the menu. I'm the one who has to think of a menu every fucking day, right? Every single day I had two different, like, my whole menu à la carte, but then two daily specials, two different soups every single day, fresh. Dessert, fresh, homemade. I was like, do you think it's fun for me to fucking be repeating shit and, like, all the fucking time? Like, it drives me batshit. I'm not good at it. I don't want to teach people to do something. You either know how to do it or you don't. Yeah. Yeah. Whee. The blue line. That's perfect, G. I'm primarily a Leo. Wire gouges are exactly the same, G. This copper and silver wire I use is measured the same way. Blue says, I wanted to make my own drum too, G, but I didn't want to mess it up, so I just paid someone that crafts the drums. Hey, Skull Asylum. Bonjour. Comment ça va? How's your day going? So, yeah, Blues. G, you were focused on other things, not the teaching. I think when you focus to teach Baby Bear something. Ah, but you presume I'm able to teach Baby Bear to do anything and that she would listen to me. There's a reason I'm screaming for tribe and help for last year's Blue, right? There's a reason. Right? Think of one of your children or your soul children that their mind is completely different than yours. Completely. And then, put the situation of certain things, yeah. Yeah. It's not, like I said, there's a reason that it's like, when I say it, we can't do this anymore this way, right? We can't do this anymore this way. It's real. Blue, we all had that first day. It's easy to forget that others don't know what we already know. Yeah, and I make it sound like whatever, but it was more like that thing of my employee Mireille was meticulous, right? She was a meticulous person, whereas I gotta be everywhere. I gotta do it all. Like, so she already had my back for the meticulousness of certain things, and then she really realized that to teach somebody to do stuff step by step in the restaurant was more efficient coming from her than me. Because imagine me as I'm training, as I'm training somebody, there's still customers. I'm still cooking. I'm still doing stuff. Whereas, because half of it was she was saying, like, we can do this a way where you're not going to be paying, because I never trained employees on their own time. I always paid them, right? Some people would fuck with people of, you need to come in for 3 days and just look at us and we're not going to pay you. And I never did that. So her thing was more like that she was ready to really invest the time, so that if I was paying 2 people at the same time, that in the long run, that other person would be so productive, faster, safer, more with the handheld than with the boss, who is the one who's got to be on the phone, the one who's got to make the order, the one who's got to run out to go do something. You know what I mean? So the efficiency, and it was amazing because it took a load off. It would have been the same as if somebody would have come in as a partner of anything, and then we would have been doing stuff differently, right? Nice day for you, Skull. Hope the same for you. Yes. Blue, I know, G. I put a lot of faith in others around those I love, but cannot be near. Maybe too much, but if my name is Faith, then let them have all they need. Yeah. Blue, I totally get it, G. I can teach when I have to. Enough said. Many things I prefer to do, so if someone is willing, that somebody's good at, let them have that role. Yeah. It's like the way when I was, still head chef at a big restaurant, and then people would come in as employees and they'd be shocked that I still did knife work, that I still wanted to prep. And they would be like, real chefs don't prep. Real chefs leave the, cutting onions to other people. And I was like, actually, I'm a real chef. This is my kitchen. And you're not taking that job away from me because first, I love my knife. I didn't become a chef so I could boss other people around. I love my knife work. Second, when you're in a restaurant, you got to cut, the gray bins, 2 to 3 sometimes a day, 2 or 3 gray bins of each mushrooms, green peppers, and onions. And when some motherfucker does that, it takes half the day, or they got so much, they're throwing out half the onion, they're throwing out half the pepper, or the pieces aren't uniform. I was like, I keep this because about a third of everything that comes out of this kitchen has these 3 ingredients, right? If it ain't a handful of one, it's a handful of the 3. And every time I've gifted the opportunity for somebody else to do it, y'all don't cut it uniform, right? You can watch me do this all day long. Can you cut as fast as I can with the slices all uniform, right? You ever go to the restaurant and it's supposed to be thin slice for your fajitas, and you got nice thin slice, and you got 4 big fucking chunks, right? 4 big fucking chunks. It's like, fuck, right? And like I said, me being the real chef that I am, liking my knife work gives you the opportunity to do things that most chefs will say, fuck you, you don't get to touch that. That's me. So you get to do things in the kitchen that other people that make it that you learn, that make it that you feel worthy, that make it that you are the one prepping the actual this is important, right? I trust you enough that you get to do this. Whereas other chefs are like, here, you take the basic vegetables and you guys do this, and I'm going to do the other stuff. But is the different. And like I was saying, my energy touches everything everywhere. And that's what's most important to me. You know what I mean? And how I needed the stability of once in a while, the job that is could I not fucking be running around like a chicken thinking all the time? Right? If I gotta cut 2 fucking mountains of onions, 4 fucking things of mushrooms, that's one focus. One. So that helps me, right? To be able, when you're doing so many hours and all just whoa, right? We're not talking just a little small restaurant. We're talking huge. We're talking grounds that, takeout. We're talking 3 levels, catering, huge. So, I would say, this is my way of doing this. I don't care what other chefs do. This is me, right? Nice nail polish. Thank you. I was going to send you a picture, sweetie, and you see how they're already yucky? I did them perfectly this morning, but I did a bunch of housework after. So I'm going to put another coat on tomorrow morning or later. They were perfect. I love this color. Of course, it's called Genevieve, but still, this is my favorite. I did the red the other day. I'm not got the balls enough to do all my fingers white right now. I was going to do my pinkies white, but I just didn't feel like, I just wanted all the gray again. You back, John? Right on. Blue says, so G, do you know how you feel about teaching? That's how I feel about doing vids, especially live streams. It's not a fear, because I've done karaoke and stuff to face that. I don't know how else to explain that. Yeah. I understand that. I think like the way that you wrote out, like the best way to learn something is to teach it, is because some people's suggestion and my reality is that I should be on TikTok doing little reels of sit there and draw, and so other people can learn to draw from me. And it's like, I'm not a fucking teacher. I'm not here to teach people how to draw. I don't know how to fucking draw. I pop out lines. So I'm not, like, because when people try to suggest to me what my future could be, like, go on TikTok and show people how to draw. I don't know how to fucking draw. I pop out lines. I don't want people watching me. If I do, could you be in my living room and we be hanging out? I don't want fucking people on TikTok watching me. You know what I mean? So it was like that thing of being, or how people have told me in my past, how can I teach somebody how to bead? I don't know how. I trance out and I get guided of what I should do. I can't teach that. I can teach somebody else how to, let yourself go and listen. I can't even teach. I can tell somebody else that, but not teach it. And yeah, I know what you mean. Again, Blue, if when people really grasp what energy is and how they exchange, how it really is to be, what these devices actually mean, how, right? It'll be a whole other level someday. But people don't realize, right? So just that, what it's like when somebody can press on a video and watch you. Again, I don't think that even if people knew, they would even care, because I've been saying for years how it feels, certain things, and some people just still the same people doing just the same stuff. You know what I mean? Yes, super conscious. The best chefs can do it all when needed. My two favorite chefs I worked under were above doing prep work. They made me want to work harder. Yep. I always found that doing everything and staying till the end, then what happened is by doing everything and staying till the end, my employees realized how hard I worked, so they would kick me out of my own kitchen, right? So meaning they knew I wasn't the chef that as soon as everything was done, clean up, I'm out of here, right? It's 10 o'clock. Hope you guys get out of here before midnight, and walking out. So by instilling the base of being, first of all, a good leader leads by example. They do everything. A good leader is such a good leader that if you got the pack of a team in front of people, they don't even know who the actual leader is, because everybody's working in such a way you can't tell who the leader is, right? Especially when the leader chooses to dress like everybody else and not make themselves stand out as a chef. Then sometimes they'll actually think that somebody else walking around all confidently is the head chef, when it's like, no, she's not, I am. Right? Don't need a fucking hat and a fancy little clothes. But yeah, for me, that's what I believe. You know what I mean? If you have a bunch of people together, and then you wouldn't even know who the leader is because everybody's working the same. But how, especially when people have been led by people who will just walk out, knowing that the leader, because a leader is not a leader because I'm better. If nobody else is there, I'm fucked. Doesn't matter if I'm the head chef. If I'm alone, I can't do it all, right? But how it endeared and it made us a team, because when they knew I was working, they knew they only worked 6 or 8 hours. They knew that. And they knew I was there since sometimes dawn or 8 o'clock in the morning, and it was like 10 or, they knew. And they would send me home, right? They would say, we've got this. You need to go home, right? Yeah. I think that the shows on TV, Food Network and all that stuff, really, like, there's some stuff, whatever, but, and I only worked in small towns and rural areas. I've never worked in, like fucking places that have certain availability of certain choices of restaurants, right? But people have glorified, being yelled at by Gordon Ramsay and stuff like that. And it's like, fuck, I don't care who he is. Nobody's going to talk to me like that. I have zero respect for somebody who would talk to me a certain way. But this being said, I fucking love Gordon Ramsay and the way he talks. He's just straight up. I don't think he's particularly mean or anything. It is. That's the word for it, Creatrix. Luscious. Yeah. Creatrix, I got her ash. Creatrix got her ash nail polish. I kept thinking yeah, Blue the other day, she thought it was ashes. I kept thinking that it was spliff ashes on the screen, but it was G's nails. Yeah, Blue. I always mess mine up too. Then they're tacky and I have no patience just when it comes to my claws. You know what? I told myself that I don't care if they're not perfect after. I did give myself enough time, but I didn't realize I was going to throw myself into so much housework.
My nail polish won't last 5 days or 2.
Yeah. Lily's a picker too, though. I used to be a picker. I'm not so much anymore. Yeah, I thought I was just going to do the dishes. And then I realized, whoa, the fridge is like really got not much stuff in it. I'm going to clean it all while there's not a lot of nothing really in it. You know what I mean?
And you remembered the garbage.
Yeah, well, garbage day is only tomorrow, but
still.
Yeah, just I got a bunch of stuff done this morning, but I decided to clean out the fridge. It wasn't gross or anything, but wipe everything down. I took the drawers out and stuff and just made it so it's brand spanking new. Brand spanking new and ready to receive food. And what I realized about this one, Creatrix, is because now it's like the second time I've really done my nails, is like tomorrow or even tonight, if I feel like not moving around for just enough time, putting another coat on, one coat and then one coat of the clear is going to make them perfect. Yeah, Creatrix. My nails always usually get mangled, usually right after I put it on. I'd rather do it than not. I don't know. The feeling of them done right now is making me feel nice, Creatrix. Right? I've been so many years where I just randomly do them. But it's just nice. I like it. And the colors you sent, I love them. To be honest, the white is just because I only smoke joints. Plus I smoke, so my finger, it won't stay white, right? But I was thinking of doing like the pinkies white. I don't know. It's coming. Blue, I have a hard time just coming to channels for vids, so visiting live streams is my way of showing up. That's beautiful. John, I love being a servant leader. Boom. Exactly. Exactly, Blue. A noble is no more wealthier than their poorest peasant. Same is true to leaders. Exactly. And a queen would never sit on her fucking throne or anywhere unless every fucking person in her whole fucking kingdom was safe, fed, clothed, and had a roof over their head. That's it. That's what I believe, right? We can call, what exists in this world monarchy and say that there's a royalty. There's nothing pure about that. It's disgusting. Queen Elizabeth has had a whole fucking lifetime, a jubilee of a lifetime to fucking turn shit around, right? And believe me, I know all blah blah blah, but still, right? The potential right there for today, everybody to be fucking safe and clothed. Queen just has to fucking, you know what I mean? And I say that knowing blah, 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 but a true king or queen, a true prime minister or president would never be running around doing a bunch of shit if everybody else wasn't safe. That's it. We have inverted this world so much that people actually believe it's normal that they can't afford to get gas or put stuff in, to get certain types of food, but that we pay taxes, and the same motherfuckers that are telling us we shouldn't take our car somewhere, take a plane to get somewhere. Quick Dick McDick last week or 2 weeks ago had made a video about the premier, somebody in his province of Saskatchewan, and how would it cost her maybe $500 to $1,000 to get to a certain place, but she took a jet instead because she didn't want to drive. And it's like, wow, she could have hired a driver. Why did she take a fucking jet? Right? All that, nothing makes sense. This is, right? I know we all know this, but still, at some point, this is, that's it. Hey, Nicholas, how's everything? Exactly, Blue. Many are willing to be leaders, but they don't want accountability for the flock they follow. No leaders are accountable. Exactly. But just because somebody's a title and it doesn't mean they're a leader. They just have a title. They're just playing a part of the game. They are not government, right? They're in the system that's just a bunch of fucking lies, right? We've already seen like what Justin Trudeau did and ran away twice. How could he get COVID twice when he had to face a situation? Any other employee in any other job in Canada wouldn't have shown up for what they needed to. They would have been fired, potentially even reprimanded in different ways. So we're seeing to what point that leaders don't lead. They don't show up when it's time. They throw the ball everywhere to everyone else. There's lying and cheating, like it's fucking insane. Gaslighting. The way that certain people who are considered leaders speak doesn't even make any sense. I listened to some stuff from American speeches in the last couple of years, and it's like, what the fuck? Don't people know? Like, people don't even speak this way. Like, this isn't even like, doesn't even make any sense. Blue, gee, I firmly came in with the same feeling. A queen does not eat while her servant is starved. Exactly. They're equal. Exactly. And that's why sometimes, people will talk about, slavery or servants, but there are families who have had generations of being the person who takes care of family members, and they feel that they are part of the family, but they are the caregiver, whereas the other people do something else, or they don't, whether they do or they don't, right? So a true queen knows this. Don't devalue that queen as she has the power to remove your head, but practices strength and restraint. Yeah, no beings assigned to my parables. I wonder too, Annie. Oh my gosh, baby girl. I would wonder if they were allowed to even donate it, or, Oh, sweetie. Yep, good question, eh? Blue, Annie, and like I was saying, I don't know if anybody, because I said it a little bit earlier, Arizona has still sporadic power outages in certain places, and it's been ongoing for 48 hours, and Annie specifies, I wonder how much food at Walmart threw away because the power's been off for 24 hours. Yeah. And the thing is, though, like, I mean, oh, it's so hot for you guys. It's a whole other level. Because for us here at the heat that we have, as long as we don't touch stuff and open it around and fuck around, it's fine. But not in, not in the weather that you guys have. It can spoil like very fast. Wow. How's things right now, Annie? Any updates of anything? Is Walmart is anything back on track? Yeah, Blue. I can't even listen to politicians and news people. Gee, it sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher to me. I can't even hear him even if I try. Yeah. It's more, I listen to a few things more from the shockingness of like humans in general don't even have pride in what they listen to, because if you're actually listening, nothing makes sense, right? Just, it's ridiculous. I don't know. This is the most beautiful apocalypse ever. We could be in a completely, yucky setting, and, people really dying of COVID in the streets, but they're not. But still, like, I mean, to what point of the ridiculousness, to what point, like, how hard it is. How many more vaccines? Again, right? How many more boosters? Like in Canada now, they're saying, like, it's going to be pretty much every 6 months you guys need something, and people are like, okay, what the fuck? It's really hard to grasp. Really. I don't even get it, right? Blue, what I hear comes from other beings like us, but I keep myself aware that's their perspective of what they're translating. Annie, it's 1:10 right now at 2 p.m. Blue says, oh goodness, our local Wally World claims to donate locally, even their product goes to local farm, compost, etc. No waste in that way. I asked. I had a friend that worked there. That's beautiful. I did that too with my when I had my restaurant. All the food scraps went into a certain garbage. Like the real garbage was only for like napkins or stuff that had to go. Everything else was either recycled, and all food that, all carrots, or if a carrot was bad, goes in there. All, watermelon rinds, all peels of everything except for the specific things that the pigs couldn't eat, right? So pigs can eat bacon bits. They can eat pieces of sausage. They like that. They eat it. They'll eat, you know what I mean? But not other things. So everything went into that and then would be brought directly to a farm every night. I had a friend who asked if she could do it, and it was like, sure. And it was the best thing ever. My fryer oil got, either taken by somebody one way and then bought by somebody another way, in another timeline, right? It's always disposed of in ways that whoever needed it for what they were going to upcycle it as. And I say that because the one gentleman who came, he was like, what are you doing with your fryer oil? And I was like, well, such and such from such and such a place comes and gets it, and da da da. And he's like, could I have it? I use it for my tractors and my heavy equipment on my land. And I was like, boom, yeah, right? If you live up the road and down the farm down there and you want it, for sure, right? He's like, do you got the bit? He's like, I got the bins, the barrels. I'll bring. I'll come and get it. And I was like, let's do this, right? So he was actually upcycling my old fryer oil to use for his engines and motors. Annie, I'm not sure. Just chilling out. Fed some critters. Afternoon haze is here. Yeah. Yeah, I find that when I have known people who work in the background of stuff, it's kind of hard what they have to do, right? What they actually throw out and how. They're filmed. There's fucking cameras in all certain places. So, if they don't throw it out, how they can get fired, or, blah, blah, blah. Right? If donuts aren't eaten at a certain time, they don't get sold as day old, they get thrown out. Stuff like that. It's not pretty. Thanks, John. Sending love and the power of the universe to everyone who needs it. Blue says, gee, do you know how many of the tribe post sky vids? I see Callie above those. Clouds waiting. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean by that question. Like, do you know how many of the tribe post sky vids? I don't know what you mean by that. Like, some people randomly do, some people only do that. Like, I don't know. And yeah, I see a lot of stuff in the skies, and I'm still shocked that people don't understand. Like, that symbol is me, right? That's me. The separation of two rivers, de rivière. De rivière is any time. Annie, I know some rabbits and reptiles that would eat brown apples and lettuce. Blue says, yep, I worked on a turkey farm as a kid, and all I can say is it isn't pretty. As G says, it's not pretty. And he said, I take a zillion cloud pics when the monsoon comes through. They said there was an 80 miles an hour microburst of wind that knocked tons of power lines down. Yep. Microburst. That's the word they use around here too when something happens. They rarely use the word tornado. They do sometimes, but usually they use the word microburst. No, please talk about it. I still, you know what, Blue, Annie, and I'm going to say this out loud, how it comes out. There's only 5 people here, and whoever's listening, it really going to get it or you don't, but I was thinking this morning just how brave you are, right? I know grown-ass men who say they are all this and that in a bag of chips, and they fucking couldn't handle half of what you fucking dealt with in the last just whatever, right? I'm sorry. I don't know many grown masculines who could have fucking figured out how to deal with a rattlesnake without actually just killing it. Right, Blue? Why do I keep calling you Blue? Right, Annie? Just all of it. All of it. Anyways, it's gonna sound bad if I just let out what I want to let out. I'm just gonna bite my tongue, but yeah, I was outside earlier thinking, like, I don't think you even realize how brave you are, sweetie. I love you. Callie weeds is that I don't know what that's called. Is it a scepter? I don't know what the word for that is. Callie wields it separates life from the dead. Are you kidding me, John? Wow, Annie, our plane got hit by a microburst last weekend and slammed us on the runway. Unfortunately, a few people had to go to the hospital. Whoa, dude. Yes, John, Annie D is divinely brave. For real. For real. Blue. Women are the old teachers, the shamans. We birth the new earth. Indeed. If there's one thing I realize, I will always have assistance from the masculine, but I have stopped believing that I'm going to have like that, the actual like full support. And I don't mean to make that sound bad, but at some point, right? I've been seeing the timelines change for like fucking years now. I know how many, opportunities of true solid friendships and foundations of stuff that, and it's shocking to me. It really is. It really is. It's the power of women that is going to pull us through. Which has always been, hasn't it? I see myself and I'm giving birth, and it's like, I never gave birth. I had a C-section, but just how traumatized, my husband was. And it's like, wow, it wasn't your fucking body. And, you're back to work and you're back doing this, and how, never fucking really took care of me. Like how fucking hard it was to heal, because every single thing I was not allowed to do, I had to do it anyway. Right? You can't lift a certain amount, and then just the baby and the carrier, you bust that amount. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that, but no shit, John? It was like a bomb, so loud. Yeah, I can imagine. Thanks for sharing, John. For no wonder you were guided to be there on that plane. Blue says labor pains mentioned in the scripture. We endure them. Yeah, I mentioned labor pains because yesterday was Labor Day. Right? Blue, there are men here representing that divine feminine, are bro-tectors. Yep. But I'm going to be really honest, the true pure heart bro-tectors are few and far between. Right? So thank you for those who are that. Thank you for those who consistently are that. But they're few and far between. One of the things I'm going to be really honest about is that there's not going to be as much gentleness of certain things. If people, I'm going to call a spade a spade. One of the things I realize is that I've held the hand of the masculine for the last years. Whether you think I held your fucking hand or not, I did. Right? And whether if I let it go, there's a fucking reason. But held the hand, and I've elevated masculines, speaking about them as if, because I really did believe a certain embodiment was there. Just to really realize, like, whoa, I've been sitting there really giving a lot of fucking credit where no fucking actual credit was due. Or the credit was due in the moment, but then when poof, right? Somebody wants to just not hiding it the same way anymore. Not being as delicate even. So especially in the live streams, I've always tried to be super delicate in certain ways, and it's like the, people see who comes in and is kind of stirs the pot. And although the pot stirs would come in a certain way, I would always want to elevate them and make sure of certain things. And now it's going to be like a little bit different because, you know, I always thought give more credit, give more elevation, and we're going to get more back as a feminine, all of us. And it's like, no, not so much, right? Not so much. I'm going to say straight up how it feels because I have spoken to other feminine, you know, no, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to leave it at that. If it's meant to come up, it'll come up a different way. John says, I did a soul retrieval yesterday. The soul fragment was a giant. 2 women, raven souls, stepped in and helped us lift the dragon out of hell level. 66 toe the surface, inspirational women. Blue says, John, that's a deep one. A few years ago, John, the same happened for me. Yes, John, it is. Thank you. A tough universe. It's time to stand up for each other. Exactly. And that's the thing is that, you know, this might trigger some masculine that I say that, but if it triggers you, then you really, really got to understand why you would feel triggered. Because the masculine who have done their best, no. It doesn't mean they're perfect. It doesn't mean, it just means they know in every given timeline when they could, they did their best. They're not like ashamed a little bit knowing that they throw, you know, certain people right under the bus whenever they could. Right? Or that they go when it's easy, but then leave when it's hard. Right? So it's the same as if a masculine was speaking about how, you know, if certain things, it wouldn't trigger a feminine unless there's a reason. Right? Blue. Her name is Deanna. Was visiting Serpent Mound. She was afraid to walk it last year. Second before closing, so I walked to her and I assured her. I got her smiling again, and we hugged. And after she called me Angel, and I told her she was loved. She drove against what she was supposed to and faced the fear. She did it. We did it. Yeah, that's beautiful. Out loud right now, you mean? Blue says, gee, I had automatic writing happen to me once I was a kid, 18. I did a video. Will you read it, please? Do you mean right now, out loud, here? John, we need to be led by example. I feel it's a journey. Yeah, but that's the thing, John. The masculine aren't going to get an example. You guys are the path makers. You guys are the path makers. You guys don't get a map. You guys are the one rewriting the maps. And John, I love you, and I know how many fucking masculines have dropped the ball. I know how many masculine have played a fucking game with feminine for years of, we're going to send love songs, we're going to send all these happy songs, but we don't know how to communicate. I don't know how to talk. But guess what? All these fucking songs and all this fucking shit that got sent out, right? Enough. There's so much fucking willy-nilly energy in the masculine that they don't know who they want or what they want, so they're fucking watching all of us, John. Right? Sorry, but that's the way that it is. I'm one of the ones being watched. Me knows. Fucking brothers can't fucking figure out what their fuck is in their heads, how their bodies work, and we're the ones being watched. And as beautiful as that may sound, there's a lot of bypassing. There's a heck of a lot of not showing up of certain things. There's a heck of a lot of being able to watch the women and laugh when it's funny or show up when it's easy, but where the fuck's the support when we actually needed the help? right? As soon as Jen says something that a masculine don't like, they fucking run for the hills. They don't face it, they don't communicate. We need the examples of the ones who stay, right? I had a thing in a live stream once, and like when Dean said, I'm staying, Jen, I'm not leaving, it was like, thank you. Thank you for staying. There's not going to be an altercation. There's not going to be anything yucky, but thanks for staying, showing your support. Right? Don't just fucking run away. I'm the one on the screen being looked at. Right? So as soon as I trigger a masculine, John, then you know what they say? Oh, I'm just going to leave. Or they just leave without saying anything. Well, fuck. Right? It's me up here. So I've got people who have known me for 2-3 years. They call me stuff. They say they love me. They say they love Lily. But the ripple effect of what they did or said in the background is not, you know what I mean? Is not of love. Not at all. I got hair. Did you mean to read it out loud here, Blue? I want to confirm again. Okay, I will check. I got to take a break. You saw, eh? You saw I need to take a break. I need to take a break. I'll check it out.
Like 7:10.
I know. Check it out on your phone first. I'll see if I can read it. Yeah. Hey, Heidi. Okay, I gotta stop. I'm gonna go take a break, and then I'll press on that thing. If I can read it, because my screen's not super big, and my glasses aren't super great either, so if it's readable for me, then yeah. But I need to move around. How's everything, Heidi? Hey, I thought I heard my name earlier when I was listening on my way back from the doctor's. You did. You did. You did. She literally. Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to read because my glasses are not, like, they're not even my glasses. They're not even my glasses, but I won't go to an eye doctor and get my eyes tested with all their machinery. December 1994, I fell asleep at my desk studying math. I call this triumphant. I can't flow this. I can't flow it out loud, honey. I can't float it out loud and give it the credit that it needs because I need to at least look at it first, you know what I mean? Sorry, sweetie. I don't know how to flow it. Boom shakalaka pop. Those beings will face their darkness now or later. Yes, here, please. Indeed. Thanks for coming in. I just felt it coming in. Roar. Yes, and Blue confirms, yes, Heidi, I did send you an ESP message because I love you so much. Organic, are you okay, G? I almost started crying when I came in. G's face and passion. I'm okay, but I've had it with believing in certain things and with being told that, we're wounded and we're gonna, blah blah blah. Like, what the fuck? I've heard people say the same thing for 3.5 years now. So I get to see what it's like to have a child right now who year after year is stripped of certain things in reality. But I gotta hear masculine say that they're not there yet of fucking being able to be fucking with people. That doesn't make sense to me anymore. What, everybody's just gonna fucking sit there? I believe in the masculine as much as I believe in the feminine, but the masculine aren't showing me the way the feminine are showing me. If I hadn't had my feminine since February, I'd be dead, or fucking worse, because there's worse fates than death. And it's the feminine over and over that move the mountains, that make sure of certain things, and they never fucking run for the fucking hills, no matter what. So yeah, I don't even see myself. I've been fucking shouting out my dude for years. My dude this and my dude that and my dude that. My dude is most likely going to be a fucking dudette. And that's it. Because none of it is about the sexual aspect. It's about the purpose and the mission. So whoever the fuck's going to step up to the timeline, we're going to get to it. I can't even visualize men stepping up anymore right now because so many are not. All the timelines that I and certain feminine that are oracles for this tribe line, and by this tribe line, I mean the Sisterhood of the Rose. I mean the Magdalene tribe, right? Of our ilk. There's plenty everywhere else. They got their own shit on their plate. That's not us. This is us. And I saw the timelines change. I saw who is supposed to merge. I saw how they didn't. I'm the gatherer. I'm the round table. I'm the messenger. I'm the one that's here to make sure that you guys find your partners and your soul tribe. So he knows exactly when there was the feeling and the knowing that love is coming. By the end of May and June, when people weren't saying, I'm falling in love, I have this, and he and me and her, and it's like already, it was like, what the fuck's going on? Now we're September, and it's still the same fucking loops. I'm the one pulling the same cards week after week, month after month. This is because the gathering of who is to merge, who is to step up and become friends with people, isn't actually happening. There are people who sit there and watch videos all fucking day and night who still haven't made friends with somebody that they trust. They still wake up feeling like I'm all alone, nobody fucking cares, but it's like, how many fucking timelines did you get offered that you fucking left and just dropped? We see them. Blue, the writing I'm asking her to read finally makes sense to me over 30 years later. I try to guide all that I meet into the light that they hold inside. That's beautiful. Heidi, I just called the florist. So nice. They're hiring for a delivery driver, in-store, front desk, and flowers. Yeah, maybe pause it. I don't know. Oh, you don't have to do that, sweetie. Blue, I can type it, G. It'll take me a second and some effort, but I'll do it. Okay. I'm gonna... You've never tried automatic writing, John? I haven't in a long time. I'm not. Boo, are you kidding me? You channel the songs, but they're not written down? They just, whoa. Huh. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you write it all out, Blue. Just gonna let her write it out. Yeah, and when I say that stuff about timelines, it's like, ultimately, if it didn't happen, it wasn't the most divine timeline. It wasn't meant to. Ultimately, this is just me. But then again, I'm not the only one who says we saw the timelines and they're gone, right? So, take it for what it is, and that's it. But, it's like I said before, people who have a certain knowingness see the dark or the elite for what it is, but the elite are gathered. They have momentum. They're working together to make sure we're always in fear. So until we work together for real, not just looking at each other on screens and everybody's individually on their own trying to figure out their own shit all the fucking time, nothing can actually flip more, right? We are the ones we've been waiting for. So waiting for what, right? I don't know. I can't use you as an example, John. You're living, you have your family, you have your things that you do everywhere. The masculine that I speak of believe me, they are so fucking isolated. They are still so fucking angry and disgusted with people. They can't even trust a masculine. It's not even about trusting the feminine. They still don't even have a solid base of a friendship with masculine. And you know what I mean? And then all the thoughts that are always out there is the collective. So, I'm gonna give a concrete example. Mom Rain was listening to my stream the other day, and she says, sis. Well, she writes it. She doesn't say it, but inside me, I hear her say. She says, sis, you gonna pull cards today? Might need some inspiration. So I was like, wow, I'm really in a flow. There's still a lot of comments left, but hey, I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna pull one card at least. And I pulled a snow leopard. Fast forward to go check the community posts. This was what, I forget what day, right? Does it matter? 2 or 3 days ago. Go look at my community post. Go watch the beginning of this live stream. From her asking me, hey, sister, can you pull me a card? I need inspiration. Boom. Well, she used the inspiration. She actually did something with it. Right? So you got masculine or feminine going into live streams and vids day after day, year after year, either asking to have a card pulled for them or just vicariously having cards pulled and not using that energy. Right? You see the difference between somebody who asked for a card because she needed inspiration and then flew with it and used it, versus people who watch people who are here to just gifting time, gifting this and gifting that over and 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 over, yet are still in the same here, right? So for me, I have zip, fuck all musical ability that has come out. I need the partnership of who has the equipment. For me, my face, my voice, I could use it all fucking day. If you ain't noticed yet, I could stream for fucking hours. But I got zero editing skills. Right? Meeps wrote me a song in April of last year. I still can't manifest a video. I need somebody trustworthy that can film it and help me. Right? I've been saying that for years, for a year and a half. All of that, right? when people really realize what an energy vampire is, or what, what sucks energy out of people, will it matter? When you realize, it's like, holy shit, I suck energy. I don't give it back. Right? Let me know when it's done, Blue, because is that line of hearts at the bottom mean you're done? Because I'm gonna read it all properly, like as a flow. Yes, it is, John. It is time to come together in community. It is, and community. You got people everywhere struggling to fucking, make ends meet because housing and food and gas and all that shit is so expensive. So put 3, 5, 6 people, right? That's enough. We don't have to build a whole world overnight. But the thought of some of my sisters and brothers all alone again, trying to get through, because right now, again, we're in a false sense of security of everything's fine, because it's not. We're going to be slammed within the next month and a half with certain things from the powers that be. Anybody who doesn't realize that's coming is not because I'm, not of love and light. It's the fucking truth. Everything's of source, so divine intervention is that on some level, because the opportunity for people to have an open heart and interact with others and build, strong lines is there all the time, every day. Right? Anyways, thank you, Blue. Now I'm going to read it properly. Okay. So Blue's automatic writing from 30 years ago. I fell asleep doing math homework for nursing school, and I woke up to a message in my handwriting that I had no memory of writing. A triumphant victory. I have been an ideal member of the church, as I have also been a sinner. I have felt comfortable in neither place, but I believe I am now at peace. Without church, but not without religion. I feel there is a God, an Almighty, as there is also evil. I also believe there will take place a great battle, one in which good will triumph. However, we must join together to produce the good before the evil has the slightest chance of getting into us like an infectious disease, eating away at our souls. We must not allow ourselves to become lazy and fall back upon each other. However, we must work and build from each other's strengths. We must not criticize each other's weaknesses, but we must, however, place love in those places where weaknesses exist. We must not rush our fate, but we must go forward at God's pace. We must form a union, but not a union of government, a union of good that becomes our government. And with this union, we will be able to create such a power that we will be able to fight and conquer anything, evil included. Yup. That's beautiful. I hope I did it justice the way that I read it. The definition of lazy is to be not of action, right? So lazy is not a bad word. It just means we're not of action. And there's time to be not of action, and there's time to pivot into action. We say there's no such thing as time, but really time waits for no man. We do have timelines. We do have markers. We do have things we need to do, right? And that's the thing. What you automatically wrote 30 years ago is, my strength is somebody else's weakness. Somebody else's weakness is, right? You know what I'm saying? So when people come together and nobody's actually weak, because I have the strength that somebody else is weaker at, and vice versa. Right? So It's the same way if you're a couple and you have one child, for example. And you know what? Daddy is just better at soothing toddler when it's bedtime than mom. That's it. It's not favoritism. It's daddy's thing with toddler. Take away daddy, and there's no daddy to do that thing. Well, mom still didn't inherit the fucking gift of what daddy had. Right? So mom's still having trouble putting toddler to bed if daddy's gone. If daddy never comes back, if daddy doesn't show up, then mommy has to hold the fort of being everything for baby. Toddler, growing up, what do you think happens? What do you think happens? Right? Who would Jesus have been if Joseph hadn't been there? Who would Jesus have been if Joseph wasn't there? Is there anywhere that speaks of Joseph ever being alone and doing it all by himself? Did he not have his 12 disciples? Disciples is not followers. It's his posse. It's his team. It's his sidekicks. It's people that elevate Jesus at the top, because Jesus would have never wanted that. Right? The same way when I worked in a kitchen, I didn't want to come out of the kitchen and be seen. You either want the whole team or I'm sending somebody else. I'm not going out. I don't want to be seen as the chef. Fuck, I worked all fucking day. You think I want the fucking glory of like somebody like saying, oh, thanks for the food? Yeah, I know. We're all same as in The Greatest Showman. Right? In The Greatest Showman. When they get invited to see the queen and the girl says, well, I guess you guys are just going to go. And then they say, well, they realize, no, it's all of us or nothing. Of course, once they get there, it was just them and then, you know, the other ones outside. But still, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But think about it. You think Jesus would have been able to do anything if he hadn't had the strength of mother and father and then all his fucking homies? Right? So how can this world and how can people advance if you're constantly going within and then, right? Our DNA is changing. Our mindsets are changing. Our gifts are overflowing with stuff. But guess what? My gifts are overflowing with things that have to do with channeling, with helping other people, you know, seeing different perspectives, a lot of crafty stuff. I've been saying it for years. The money is not my forte. Thinking about stuff, trying to calculate stuff, trying to do anything that's normal and simple is fucking hard for me. Right? That's it. If I spent 40 years of my life being able to function that way, but then these things are stripped of me more and more every year, we're meant to gather what one lacks that someone else has. Our gifts aren't meant to be like, oh, I'm going to be a fucking rock star, so I'm going to give again. I know I've said this before, and fuck. Keanu Reeves is an actor. Well, guess what? If Keanu Reeves hadn't had everybody he's had working all his fucking movie sets, nobody would know who Keanu Reeves is. Because he couldn't have done it all by himself. Right? He couldn't have. He needed the team the whole time. Keanu Reeves didn't, go make a movie and then go make himself some fucking lunch on his lunch break. Lunch was fed to him. He didn't go shopping for the fucking clothes. The clothes were brought to him. He didn't even write all the scripts of what he says and what he does. Somebody else did that. Right? Yeah, there's some people who do all their stuff. I see a girl, my Brittany Smith. I share her on Friday nights and Tuesdays when she does her live streams. I love that girl so much. She's so fucking tired. Nobody sees how she's fucking tired. Right? She's exhausted. Like she said, I have the life I want. I get to perform. But she's like a fucking monkey running all over the place all the time. Right? She's doing it all. She's got a band. She's got 2 different bands. But keeping up with the Patreon, keeping up with this, keeping up with that, doing this, doing that. You know, coming together means that's somebody who doesn't even know how to cook or can't cook or never tried to or will never be able to. Wouldn't have to think of that again. Right? It's like I used to say to somebody years ago, you know, you work your ass off 12 hours a day. If you were in a house with a roommate or two, anybody, you would never feel how you feel. You wouldn't get home and want to fucking cry. And, you know, some men actually do fucking cry, thank God, because they fucking are in so much pain. They're so fucking hungry, they can't make their food. So they order out. So they're ordering food out. It's not actually super healthy, but fuck. Their bodies are fucking hurting so bad they can't make the food. Right? And then they get that initiative, I'm gonna go get groceries and I'm gonna make myself food this week, and so they do, and then they can't. And then the groceries go into fucking garbage, guys. Right? Because you just order food because you can't fucking make it. You're too tired. Like, that's what community is. That's what gathering is. The Matrix has separated people intergenerationally for years and tried to convince people you need to be independent, live on your own. Is that working for our society? Right? There's not a housing crisis. There's fucking houses everywhere. They're just not full of people. There's empty buildings everywhere that didn't get paid for the way that, you know, bankers wanted it, but that doesn't mean there's no space. Right? There's land masses across Canada that are aching to be sold. Other countries too, I'm sure. And all it needs is the people to come buy it, and then everything's already there. You don't gotta build a community with, you know, enough buildings or enough rooms for everybody. It's already there. There's fully fucking still motels, hotels that are in beautiful shape. But fuck, there's too many motels. They can't sustain themselves anymore. Right? People go to bed and breakfast. And what's the other thing that it's called now? There's bed and breakfast, but there's something else. Those people that rent a room in their house, they don't even pay the same taxes as motels. You know what I mean? So motels have gone under in the last 2 years, 3 years in Canada, because guess what? If you could go pay $50 to stay in somebody's room, why would you pay $100 for a motel? But the motels can't bring the prices down because everything costs so much. Right? That was beautiful, Blue. Blue, I love you. And if anyone is curious, I did have to redo my math homework. I could explain the drool, but the writing, nope. I wasn't even gonna try. John, 10:30, falling asleep. Thanks so much for being here. Love you, dude. Yes, G, thank you. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for writing it out that way. My eyes are starting to be flibbity. Once I get on for a long time, my eyes get flibbity. Yes, we are. We are like interlocking puzzle pieces. The entire circus travels together. Circus, circuit. Circus, circle, circuit, circa, circa. Circa. Yeah. Yeah, we're interlocking puzzle pieces. So though, especially, it's like, that's why I say, when I say, I see timelines and then they disappear. So I see that there's a puzzle that's possible, that the pieces are missing. I feel the energy of the puzzle piece coming, and then it disappears. Does that make sense? So, you know what I mean? Or that thing of puzzle pieces, and then, so there's stuff that we have syncs with and certain things, but that it's blocked because we're not in interaction with certain people. So yeah, the syncs are there and the stuff, but people aren't saying it and stuff. Oh, so we're not amplifying the feeling all the time. But yeah, like the puzzle. So you know what I mean? When those of us who are seers, or you know, we see certain things, so the puzzle's coming together, but then all of a sudden the pieces are disappearing. They're not reappearing. Or you'll have the puzzle, the person showed up, but then left, or the person is there, but is moving their puzzle piece around, trying to be something else, not actually being themselves to fit into the piece that's them. Right? Does that make sense? Blue, if he didn't have people watching movies, Keanu wouldn't even have a purpose, would he? Sorry, Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Community tribe works together because that works best. Blue, you can be a one-man band. Nobody says you can't, but I'll bet a spliff that you'll be trying to trade with the tribe somewhere for something. Truth. Exactly. Yeah. But you just nailed it. You can be a one-man band. I saw a man, a drummer. He does I shared a vid. I didn't really go close up because I didn't feel like it, but I shared a vid at the beginning of the summer. So he chose that he didn't want to be part of bands anymore, and he got himself some congos, and he does his stuff. But I saw his energy. He's really tired. So yeah, he does his stuff, but by doing his stuff alone, carrying everything, bringing everything, setting everything up, sucks part of his energy. Right? He doesn't have somebody to help. So imagine if you set up outside at the end of the day, in midday, excuse me. So imagine if every week you do a drum circle that you set up outside, plus you're doing more, doing stuff all week, but let's say one day a week you do stuff for a drumming circle, and you bring he's got all his Congo stuff, his microphones, and all these things that he has for other people, because it's interactive. Other people can play too. So imagine every fucking time he's got to go to his vehicle, come back, go to his vehicle, come back, go to his vehicle, come back. By the time he sits down to perform and gift his time, he's already tired. Right? His gift is to play. His gift is to teach. His gift is he can speak for hours. But I saw his energy. I know that by the time he sat down to start, half of him was ugh. He brought himself up higher because he was doing what he loved, but he couldn't fake it, that part of him that had to put the energy towards manual labor, he's not going to be able to do that much more years the way that he does it. Or he will, and he'll hurt himself. He's going to fucking hurt himself so he can perform when all really he needed was a fucking sidekick of whatever it is. Right? Partner, a friend. I don't know. Does that make sense? It's like it's so even in the way that it is, right? Like, I've tried to offer to certain people certain ways that life could be easier. They don't want it, right? They'd rather just kind of sit and nobody cares, but it's like, fuck, I really gifted the opportunity and it's like just wasn't taken. Again, not meant to be, but still. Blue, as we expand, we will grow closer to each other, G. It's why we're gapped right now, love. Blue, what would those people in Hollywood find as their purpose if they didn't have a camera on their faces every now moment? I don't know. I don't understand a lot of that, you know what I mean? Blue, Dick Van Dyke always comes to mind when I experience that phrase, G. Mary Poppins, one-man band. Ha! Blue. I love it. G, my son is a band teacher, so I know. Yeah. Yeah. And that's what we were talking about earlier about the kitchens, right? And how everybody's got certain roles, but nobody in my kitchens had the defined role. Like, You know what I mean? Like, okay, this, every everybody learned to do everything that wanted to. So I had a few people who came in to do dishes and they did not want to do certain other things. Like they didn't want to grow up and then be on the line and doing stuff, but they still learned how to do certain things because you can't just stand there if there's no dishes. You got to do something else. Come over here and do this, right? Let's have some fun. Come do this, right? Come shuck some peas. Come do this. Come do that. But, Blue, they can either make excuses or make it happen. Only guide those that makes things happen. Exactly. Exactly. And a lot of my energy in the last years has been, you know, believing, oh, if I just believe in that person more, if I just give a little bit more energy, a little bit more attention, then they're going to believe in themselves and they're going to see how important they are. And yeah, no. Blue G. One of my daughters works for the casino near here. She has learned all that she can in the kitchen, and she said, don't get those that don't want to do anything. Why be there? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I swear, Blue, like I think back to the kitchen jobs and the teams and the fun we had, and I can see Code. He had come in one time, a couple months ago, and he said something about like, not enjoying going to work, and I was like, I did. Oh my gosh, I did. And then there's jobs where it's like I knew I didn't enjoy it, and then I stopped. I stopped when I could. I took jobs pumping gas in my 20s and 30s, like when I had Sam. It's because the owner, wanted somebody, mature, not just, random people who would just come and go. And it was like, it was awesome. It was awesome. You know what I mean? It was awesome. I'm pumping gas. I get to see people all the time, right? I get the exchange of energy. They come in, they buy something else, na. Like, it was fucking awesome. I never saw myself as like, oh, I'm just pumping gas. It was awesome. And then when I felt like, yucky, I don't really like this anymore, I went and did something else. You know? I really did enjoy. And when I really stopped enjoying, there was shift. Enough. Leave. You know how you drag other people down when you don't even like what you're doing? It's not the job that you don't like. It's everything can be fun if you choose to make it fun. Blue, she also may have accidentally made Led Zeppelin an order of cupcakes without realizing until after it was sent. And the muffins looked like a penis. And her coworker said something, and she said, wait, what? And they looked at the pic, sent me the pic. Yep, I hope they have a good sense of humor. You mean how muffins look like that at the top? Of course, some of them look like that. I know. I've made muffins and been like, oh my god, guys, who wants a muffin? Not even joking. Oh my god, I love you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna reach out to one of my soul daughters. She said she was going for an interview. We have a casino not far that just got built and opened, whatever. And she was supposed to go look. She was gone for a job interview. I wonder how that went out. Blue, they had ordered iced muffins, so many certain kinds, so she had to fit them into the box. Oh my gosh. 23, Raven News. Keep your senses about you. News or significant announcement is coming. Do not believe anything you hear unless it's from reputable sources. Not sure who this is for. News or significant announcement is coming. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't know. I know that there's not many people here right now. I'm glad you blew one of them. I'm not sure who the other ones are right now because you're not chatting. Heidi, if you're still here. The other day I did something random. I'm not sure if you were here, Blue. Where I grabbed my deck and for some reason I was like, oh my God, have I even seen all these fucking cards before? Like, cause I was just right. I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember what day, but it was last week. And then I went through and this card stood out. And I said, if I don't remember, somebody please remember for me. When this card comes out, it's going to be important. It's going to be important, but I don't know why. I still don't know why, but it came out today. Red Crowned Crane, card number 29, Loyalty. Wow, I got shivers everywhere. I don't know why I did that, Blue, right? If you were there, maybe you remember. I can't even remember, like, what made me do it. And when I said, when this card comes out, it's going to mean something. And it's here. I didn't think that you were here, but I can't remember who was, and who knows who's here, right? It could say 3 and there's 30 people. We don't ever know. I made a video a couple days yesterday, or was it the one today? 3 likes, but 2 views. So who knows what's actually real? Who knows, right? 29, Red Crown Crane. Be ready for anything that stands out. Red Crown Crane, loyalty. The time has come to re-examine your loyalties. Are the people in your life able to be trusted? Are you able to be trusted? Keep your word if you give it. Take relationships slowly. Make sure to build strong foundations. One of the things that was flowing through as I was talking about timelines and puzzle pieces is like, first of all, we have not met everyone we're supposed to love yet. We're going to love yet. And second, at some point, what's going to manifest is going to be so radically different from what I expected or ever envisioned that it's maybe this is why. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the potential of, like, my solid foundations, me knows. Me knows who my solid people are. I will get to you and you will get to me. Ooh, you know, if it's meant to be us that are living and building stuff, we will. Me knows that. I know I've worked hard for years and I do have solid foundations. So maybe the rest of this is just like, I'm taking it too seriously. As if, you know what I mean? I don't know. Crane magic is about loyalty and steadfastness. In this world of instant gratification and short attention spans, the idea of loyalty is a lost ideal. Indeed, Graceful Crane teaches us that remaining steadfast to those who deserve it is a positive ideal and something to treasure. Thinking carefully about our promises and keeping our word means that we become people to be trusted by others and ourselves. Yep. Instant gratification. If it ain't easy, it's, so what? Let's go find something else. Oh, baby girl, yeah. She said she did, and she sent that out, and then found out that's how it looked. She was so embarrassed. The chocolate looked like a the chocolate looked like a shaft. The white was a round. Oh my god. The chocolate was. I gotta read that properly. The chocolate looked like a shaft. The white was around the top, and the blueberries were around the base. Gee, all I can say is I don't know how she missed it, other than to say it was the end of a 12-hour midnight shift. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh. Oh my gosh. I'm blushing because I'm trying to, like, I can't remember any of my most worst dipshit, oh my god, I can't believe I did that things, but I know I had many. I had many a standing ovation of applause for dipshit things that I did, or, you know, the thing we don't talk about this and everybody's going to tell me about it again just to remind me. Yeah. Oh. Grandpa always said, make sure to cover your word and your bare arse. Blue says, gee, I saw a blue streak of light near the floor when I looked for something on this card. About 1.5 feet long, move fast. Into the blue, sonic blue, electric blue. I shared it, I think, and I didn't watch the vid. I looked at it a little bit at first. I was like, wow, her hair's like mine. Electric Blue. It's a song from the 80s that I hadn't heard in a while, and I was like, whoa. And I shared it. The blue, the electric blue, yeah. Blue says, gee, I told her she'll know if she's in trouble if they order another. You know, that could have become like the, you know, the, you know, you don't want, you do something and then you become known for it, right? You get asked for it again or something. Yeah, it looks like an electric spark. Moved like it too. Right on. Laughter. Laughter. Laughter breaks up stagnant energy, gets things moving, and it helps relax you. Laughter's a powerful antidote to stress, pain, and conflict. Nothing works faster or more dependently to bring your mind and body back into balance than a good laugh. Humor lightens your burdens, inspires your hopes, connects you to others, and keeps you grounded, focused, and alert. Who fell down? There's just a bunch of cards that fell down. I didn't even look at them. It's like a third of the deck went on the ground when this card came out in my hand. I'm gonna go take a quick pause. I need to just move around. I will be closing up the stream soon, but everything says just take a breath before, and there might be a few cards. I won't be too long. And Blue, if hubby walks in the door, if that time comes and you're not there, like if you gotta go, just say so. It's fine. I get it. Thank you for so much for like just staying and continuing with me. Sometimes it's weird, how streams go and the ebb and flow of people, and then you know we end up just a few and bouncing off. It's nice. It's never the same. colder inside than it is outside too? Blue, laughter is good medicine, so why are doctors always so serious? Yep. He has been home making dinner. Aw, thank you. Thanks for sharing her. Thanks for sharing. Oh, he's so nice. He's so kind. He shared it, you. You can end now and go check that deck out. The link I sent. First, I gotta stop. I gotta take my glasses off and stop looking at the screen. Here, I'm gonna write it down. Oh shit. Oh shit. I've been using, doesn't matter. There. I put myself a note where the devices are gonna charge, because the devices have to charge as well. I'm gonna go for a walk if Lily. Can we go for a walk? Please.
Where?
I tell you a secret.
Coffee?
Yeah, I'm gonna move around. It's warmer. Well, it's getting cooler a little bit, but while it's still nice out, I think I might light another fire instead of being inside or being outside without the fire. Owl, wisdom, card number 4. Open your eyes, see what's really there. Look for the whole truth, as you might be only seeing part of the truth. Through experience, we gain wisdom to not make the same mistakes again. Yeah, I'm really realizing why the last months had to happen. It's taken away my naivete of like, everybody's so fucking honest and open and everything's gonna be fine. And it's brought up my discernment, which I have to have, which unfortunately I don't want to, but I have to. But it's making things simpler. Anyways, develop your learning and intelligence. Education is never wasted, and negotiation is better than attack. Hey, my lady, I was just thinking about you. Develop your learning and intelligence. Education is never wasted. That's you, baby girl. And negotiation is better than attack. That's you too. Guns down, baby. Me so proud of you these days. Always, but you know what I mean? Just for everything. Blue. Oh, gee, I had a thought I want to run by you. Pegasus, Old Zeppelin, or Vimana. Horses were used as mounts, war travel, etc. Hero's journey. They always had have a steed. I don't know what you mean by Old Zeppelin or Vimana. Those are not... I don't know what you mean by that. And yes. Were you here when I showed when I was a kid, Blue? I think just before you came in. That's me when I was little, Shannon. Yeah. Shannon, oh, thank you. Nice leather jacket. Someone gave me an amazing review and also a new leather biker jacket. This thing is amazing. You can't even tell it's used, and it's gently used and still looks brand new. And it fits you and everything, honey. Roar. I'm just about to end the stream. I just woke up from a nap, cooking dinner, listening to you, hugs. Thanks I'm glad you came in just for the timing, because I was just, as I pulled a card earlier, and then I was outside, and I was like, oh, really? Not even a little? But then, understandable. No way. Huh. Hubby has an owl on the back of his van. A real live one? And just stays there? No, I'm just joking. I know, it's not a real live one. That's epic. And the owl just came up just after I was saying, thanks for sharing. That's so cool. Flying crafts means to travel to the heavens, to the gods, like my attic horse. Yeah. It's a sync from a little cartoon I saw last night in Soul Asylum stuff. There was a horse and just, yeah. I don't know how to describe it because I'm just really, it's like when I'm done sometimes, I'm done. And that's where I'm at. And I'm guided to pull the few little cards. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just guided to, for whatever, who needs the last flips of whatever needs to be seen, right? Snake, Kundalini rising, channel your creative passion and sensuality. Welcome the transformation. I'm going to do a quick pull, just a few animals, just for whoever needs the syncs. Shannon, yep. I love it. When I was in my 20s, someone stole my leather jacket. And isn't it funny? Now I got a new one 30 years later. Yep. Blue says, yeah, the owl flies on wherever he needs to go. It saves us on fuel, but the bird feed is insane. And then says, no, it's a decal. I know, I just couldn't help it to say it. I just couldn't help it. Okay, so 3 came up. Swan. I'm not reading in the book of this. Swan. You got the 2, right? Looking at each other. Swans, when they come together, their heads, they touch their third eyes, right? And they make a heart. The second one is crocodile. And the third one is a dragon. The owl is definitely for me. Good, Shannon. Me glad. Yes, Shannon. Thank you. You're a country girl at heart. LOL. Texas approved. Yes. I'm a redneck at heart. Definitely. I am not. I might be living in the city, but this is like, I'm a fish out of water here, right? A fish out of water that survived for fucking years, right? Cozy up with risk. Oh, boy. 61. Take some chances. Leap of faith. Yes, Blue. Ugly duckling. Swan. Feed your artist. Oh my gosh, just because I'm hungry, I think this card is really funny. Feed your artist. Feed your artist. Oh my god. Feed your artist. PayPal her if you can. If it's meant to be. Feed your artist. Matt, light as a feather. You make me want to go grab. This is going to be the last one. You made me grab my feather deck, honey. Living with a feather heart, the 42 ideals of Ma'at in daily life. You wrote it? I have to. There's one. Dragon, no. Shadow of it as it hoards away, as a dragon does that which it glimmers. Take a chance, leap of faith. Go eat, girl, you're so funny. I am. I'm hungry and I'm kind of funny. I dress funny. But I have to finish my job. Like, I even if, you know what I mean? Like the last word, that feeling of I'm done has to be done. Otherwise, it's like I cheated. I left early and I didn't finish. I relate in peace. Card 12. I relate in peace. Hey, Alexander. Dude, I was just thinking about you too. Holy shitballs. See, the two people, Shannon and Alex, that I was like, huh, okay, I'm not going to see them. And then, but, yep. How's your day, Alex? I relate in peace. The word peace is defined as freedom from disturbance, quiet and tranquility. But it also finds its origins in Anglo-French, the word paix, P-E-S, which is freedom from civil disorder. Rest in natural peace, the exhausted mind, beaten helpless by karma and neurotic thought, like the relentless fury of the pounding waves in the infinite ocean of samsara. Human beings are living, breathing metaphors, each a tiny universe, enveloped in the elements. In the BBC program Wonders of the Universe, the great physicist Brian Cox once stated that we are the cosmos made conscious. And perhaps this consciousness we participate in throughout our life experience is part of the ordered chaos of the great cosmic scheme. The infinite ocean of samsara can be thought of as never-ending process of creation, creating cosmic awareness, dreamers dreaming dreams, death being but a door to rebirth, and birth being but a pathway for the process to begin yet again. Mystics of days gone by knew of this infinite cycle and studied the sacred nature of humans as a piece of poetry in motion, ordered creation, which mimics the divine mind of the universe. Each person was studied for what they are. The physical manifestation of the body was believed to be the spirit molded into form, humanity as the analog, the universe as the digital. Each function of the body viewed as a sacred code of the corporeal. A related peace is an ideal followed for ordered civility and reality programmed with peaceful tranquility as we consciously flow through samsara's infinite ocean with embodied serenity and acceptance of our relationships to life and all of its processes and passages. Yeah, the cave drawings and the palms. Gee, perfect. Yep. This one. Cool. Yeah, and this, I don't know why, but it just, like the way that this was like this, and this is like this. Just stands out for me. And the bat, listen up. You're working through deep soul patterns. Release any outdated beliefs that surface. Yep. And one of the easiest and best ways to release the soul patterns and the outdated beliefs is to, allow yourself to bathe in the rivers of other beliefs and other experiences. So the whole going within to heal the inner wounds is a truth, but you can't actually heal your wounds until you trust other people, because you could constantly perpetually be, you have to open your heart and trust someone else and more than one person, right? You can't just go trust one person and be codependent. It's important. So, thinking about the yucky shit that happened doesn't actually make other good stuff happen. You have to allow for that. Does that make sense? Yeah, the two rivers you spoke of. Kali separating death from life, final purging for many of us. 6 is the number of happiness, Shannon says, at home and family, and is flipped by the nefarious fuckers. Yeah, nefarious fuckers. Little NFs. NFs. I was one nefarious motherfucker in another life for sure, right? So, no judgment. Boom, sloth, digital detox, Recalibrate, reset, and recharge. I gotta recharge my phone. I gotta reset my battery with some food. And yeah, recalibration would be nice. Waking up with that, what? True North feeling. Be awesome. Shannon, I was born July 6th. Two of my boys were born February 6th, April 6th. And my youngest baby is born on the 26th. And my baby sister was born on the 26th. Roar. Nice. Cool. I'll flip it back in the oscillation cuss. They don't dare either. The filament of the lion. Nobody F's with the lion, kid. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thanks, Alex and Shannon, for popping in at the end when it was like, I know I gotta stay for some reason, and I had been thinking about you guys. Okay, I'm gonna go. There's other people I'm thinking of, and it's like they're not gonna say it, so I'm just gonna go. Love y'all.